just don't know the outcome, yeah, I would take the kidnapping.
Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Welcome to Monday, and welcome to the spring/summer. We're about to have a beautiful week of weather, and maybe, just maybe, the New York baseball teams will win a game. We'll find out, but we got a lot to talk about. The New York Knicks officially have an opponent. Jazz Chisholm doesn't know the rules, or maybe he does, and he's fooling all of us. And we'll give you plenty of thoughts on what happened to the Yankees over the weekend. The Met fan seems more concerned than the Yankee fan. I ran a poll yesterday afternoon. I had Sean run the same poll, like, who had the worst weekend? And it feels like my fellow Met fan is more in the dumps over what just happened than the Yankee fan has had. So we'll get to both. I will tell you the thing that, and I don't know if the right word, Tiki, is concern or bothers or just I'm confused. I'm going to go with I'm confused.
Okay.
I'm very confused about Francisco Lindor. I'm not confused about the offensive struggles because 4 out of the 6 seasons he's been here, he's had tough March and Aprils, and he showed a pulse this weekend by getting 4 base hits. The thing that I cannot figure out is why Francisco Lindor early in the season has already committed 4 or 5 dumbass plays.
Right.
And we saw 2 of them over the weekend. On Friday, he got picked off third base, even though Carlos Mendoza defended it on a ground ball with first and third and nobody out. And then on Saturday, not that it was going to change Kodai Senga's performance, but instead of covering second on a double play, he's running behind Marcus Semien. And those are not the first 2 dumb things Lindor's done. We all remember him forgetting how many outs there were. And those are the kinds of things I can't explain.
Right.
Like, I can explain him slumping. We're used to it. He'll be fine. And it's backed up by the data that he'll be fine. But what I can't understand, and you as the professional athlete, maybe you can explain it to all of us. How did Francisco Lindor get stupid on a baseball field?
It feels like there's a lack of comfort that used to be there. Now, part of that, offensively, when he's on the base pass and he's making these boneheaded errors, is probably because of Carlos Mendoza's emphasis on aggression. Right? We heard this earlier in the season. Remember, he went first to third or whatever it was, first to home, and one of those he got caught, got thrown out.
And I don't even blame him for that one. That was a leaper third base coach
100%,
decision.
100%. But I think on the base pass, he's thinking aggression. And that's not always prudent baseball, and it's not something he's lived his career by. And so it's new to him. So you can explain that away. The defensive stuff makes no sense unless there is the lack of familiarity with the guys around him right now. And used to be a comfort, whether it was McNeil or whoever else was playing second or third. He just had a feeling of comfort with those guys. Now he doesn't. Right. And so it's in a previous years, I would handle this play this way, and I expect you to do the same. Now, instead of just naturally reacting, he's thinking about it. And the one thing I remember this as an athlete, only thing I wanted to do was not think. I didn't want to have to think in the middle of a play, because as soon as you start thinking, you're slowing yourself down.
Right.
And that's when mistakes happen. That's when you get out of sorts of just letting your instincts take over. And I feel like he's not playing instinctual baseball. He's playing thinking baseball.
And it's a big problem because while Juan Soto is out, Francisco Lindor is the best player on the team.
Right.
And make no mistake about it, the Mets got shut out in 2 out of 3 games against the Athletics, and it is not fully on Francisco Lindor. Again, he had 4 hits this weekend. A lot of this is on Mark Vientos, who hasn't had a hit since we anointed him a week and a half ago.
True.
A lot of it is on Jorge Polanco, who outside of 1 solo home run has done nothing offensively. A lot of this is on Marcus Semien, who looks washed. Trust me, we can go up and down the Met lineup and give you all the different culprits for what happened this weekend and what's happened this season. But a lot of those things are just baseball. Like, all right, guys are slumping.
And maybe the A's are just good.
Well, I do think the A's are good. Where I don't think the A's are good is with their pitching. I thought the A's have a mashing kind of lineup. I do not think that they should be shutting down the Mets. JT Ginn shouldn't be shutting them down for 4 innings. Aaron Savali should not be shutting them down into the 6th inning. Mark Leiter, you guys know this, Yankee fans. Mark Leiter should not be coming in and being a lights-out reliever.
I mean, they did it to the Yankees, too. So,
and you know what? It was inexcusable then, too.
Of course.
Quite frankly. But a lot of the baseball stuff, it's early. And I buy that. I know it's early. The dumbness from Lindor is just weird to me. And so there are a few different theories going around. I'll throw them at you.
All right, let's hear them.
And I'm going to warn people, some of them are going to sound dumb off the top, but the only way to get answers sometimes is to go through even the dumb ones, and maybe we all say, oh, wow, I never thought of that.
Okay.
Let's get to the serious one. And by the way, this is dead serious. You mentioned the aggressive play on day 2 of this baseball season when Lindor was thrown out at the plate on the Juan Soto base hit. And we don't blame Lindor for it. We blame the third base coach for the aggressive send. What we also remember about that play is he took a freaking knee to the head.
Right.
And it looked bad. And so there is concern from Met fans, not the Mets. They don't say a word about this.
This is a Rizzo issue?
That does he have an undiagnosed concussion?
I mean...
And by the way, I ask it because I, like many others, have so much respect and admiration for Francisco Lindor.
That's interesting.
That I have a tough time explaining dumbness from someone who's not dumb on the baseball field.
That's interesting. Now I got to go back and watch it again because I remember when we had this conversation 3 years ago with Rizzo. When you went back and watched that hit where he ran into the hip of the base runner, it almost felt like, man, how did you not know he how'd you not know he had a concussion? Like, it was obvious that he was concussed. And when you looked at it a month later, 2 months later, you could see the repercussions of it. I don't remember Francisco Lindor looking concussed on that play.
Watch it again. Go down that rabbit hole because I'm telling you right now, and I didn't think it necessarily the day after. The reason why Met fans have brought this up this weekend is because, again, out of respect for Lindor, we're trying to figure out, because he even can't answer it, Mendoza can't answer it, why has he been doing really dumb, uncharacteristic things?
Yeah.
And when you look at the hit he took on that play, and remember, it was the very end of the game.
Yeah.
He played the next day. It was a nasty hit. And I blame the Yankees for this. I'm sorry. The Anthony Rizzo thing should be fresh in our mind. Because Anthony Rizzo played for months. You remember it, Sean, with an undiagnosed concussion.
And watched his power and defense completely fall off a cliff while everybody screamed what happened that day when it got hit in the head. And the Yankees ignored it.
And I think at times we got frustrated with Rizzo, and we said, is he washed? Is he done? Is he this? He's that? What we later found out is that could have altered his career.
Yes.
Concussions are serious business. So I don't know. And I'm merely asking the question because, again, Lindor has done not one thing. This isn't just forgetting the amount of outs. That was one thing on one day, as weird as it was.
Yeah, but that is
It's
weird.
Multiple things now.
But that is just weird in and of itself.
In the first inning.
In the first inning.
Yeah.
That is weird because you hear, I mean, this is going back since you were Little League. 1 out, you got 2 outs. Like, it's announced.
Yeah.
It's not like you could possibly forget it. And there's a massive scoreboard right in front of you. I think it's the job of somebody to always say how many outs there are, right? On a baseball field. The fact that he forgot it's concerning.
Yeah.
When you think about it in the context of what we're talking about.
So I think the concussion question is a fair one. And I think the questions that should be asked to Mendoza and the Mets is simply, did you ever test him for one? Did you look into it? Let's go back 2 weeks ago. Is there anything to it? Because Carlos Mendoza, who is getting a ton of heat from Met fans, rightfully so, and he knows, and I know, and we all know, if they don't turn it around, he's gone.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to survive a bad start into June and July. The Mets are going to fire their manager. He was asked on Friday about the bad base running decision, and he defended it. Then on Saturday about the non-covering second, he admitted, I don't know how to explain it, which is the right answer. None of us know how to explain it. That's theory number one. You want to hear theory number 2?
Let me hear it.
He's pissed off that he's not the captain. That there is an underlying bitterness towards the fact that, and we mentioned this after opening day, even though he's not playing right now, this feels like Juan Soto's team. It feels like there was a takeover at some point of Juan taking over this team. And maybe Francisco Lindor, who has been the unofficial captain for years, one of the longest tenured Mets, maybe, just maybe, he's not happy about that.
I mean, there is a changing dynamic in the Mets clubhouse. We know this. We knew it was going to happen when all of the vets, McNeil and Pete Alonso, Nemo, when they were all gone and the core was remade. It's just a changing culture. It just happens, right? And by necessity, the guy who's now making the most money and one of the most amount of money in Major League Baseball, Juan Soto, was going to start to evolve into that role. We saw it on opening day, right, with the handshakes and the whatever that we wanted to opine about. But there is a transition that happened with the Mets. We know this. It's obvious. And so maybe that's difficult for Francisco Lindor. Maybe he's not handling it as I don't know, subtly as we would hope that it would just happen, a transfer of power, so to speak. But I feel like Francisco Lindor is such a professional that wouldn't matter to him. You know what I mean? So I can't even look at that and say this is affecting him because he's just a professional. No, he's a guy that he plays. He's there every day, and he stands up and he answers the question.
Yeah, that's one of those theories. I admit I bring to you. I don't buy it for a second.
Yeah, I can't buy that one.
I'm bringing it up because there are Met fans who believe it.
Yeah.
To me, it feels very fan fiction like, but I think Lindor, who I have a lot of respect for, it's funny, we're talking about him and we're crushing him for 10 minutes. I continue to point out a part of the reason why I'm hard on him is I expect a lot better. I do. And it's not about offense because as much as it frustrates us, he does have a track record of getting off to bad starts. It's not every year, but it's most years. You go back to 2024, the year that we think back fondly on. At this time in 2024, Francisco Lindor was actually hitting at a lower batting average clip. Like he got off to a worse start in 2024 than he has now. So this is not new and unorthodox. It's the other stuff.
Right.
And right now, with an offense that's not clicking, you can't screw up the other stuff. Like, you need to do the other stuff right. Otherwise, it's going to cost you a game. And quite frankly, it changed the game on Friday and Saturday. That doesn't mean the Mets were definitely going to win, but they score a run on Friday or Lindor doesn't get picked off on that ground ball. They do score a run. It's a 1-1 game. Who knows? I mean, the game is managed differently. I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
Devin Williams is probably pitching the ninth as opposed to Tobias Myers. And as bad as Kodai Senga was on Saturday, if they turn an inning-ending double play in the second and it's 1-1 instead of 2-1 and he throws, 12 less pitches, I guess it's possible he doesn't crap the bed.
Yeah.
So these bad decisions are impacting winning and losing right now.
Yeah, they are, but it's also you can't help but also get the sense over the last 5 games that the Mets are, I don't want to say getting desperate, but it feels like there's some desperation starting to creep in. Now, they've made some moves. We knew they were happening.
The on-the-surface roster moves?
Yeah, that was inevitable, right? Yeah. But it's 2.5 weeks into the season.
Right.
And you're already making these moves. And what happens when you run out of those little inevitable moves to make?
Oh, you know the answer to that. Do you want me to tell you?
Tell us,
Evan. The manager gets fired. And I'm not calling...
How are we 2.5 weeks into the season we're talking about Mendoza getting fired?
I'll tell you exactly how, because it's connected to last year. Because in 2025, and I think Willie Randolph dealt with something very similar, Willie Randolph was given a reprieve after the collapse of 2007. And much like Mendoza, it wasn't on Willie Randolph, but he was the manager, and he was given a reprieve. They said, all right, yes, you were the manager of one of the most pathetic and biggest collapses in the history of the sport, but we're going to give you a chance in 2008. And in the middle of June, when things weren't going well, they fired him. Carlos Mendoza, fair or not, was the manager of another monster collapse in the history of the New York Mets. Very different than the one in 2007, but just as pathetic, if not more.
Right.
And the Mets said, we're going to fire your coaches. We're going to change the entire roster. Everyone's gone, but you're going to stay. And what we all knew going into the season is that means you're on a really, really hot seat.
Yeah.
Mendy knows he's on a hot seat. And so the only question left, and this is for all of us to decide, is when does that trigger get pulled? Now, I'm not there on April 13th, but am I there if they're 10 games under 500? Am I there if they get swept by the Dodgers this week? Am I there if they just continue to play head-up-your-ass baseball? I don't know. It's kind of like a feeling inside your gut. And trust me, I'll tell you. I'll turn the mic on, whether it's here or the Rico, and say, they got to change the freaking manager.
But you're not there yet.
Are you there?
I'm not. I'm just looking at everything that's happening around this team, where the 5 games losing streak, the DFAing of guys that you knew were going to be DFA'd, but you didn't expect it this early. You thought that they could give you at least a little bit more from as far as weeks on the roster concerned before you have to start bringing in other options that are also non-ideal.
In fairness, we're talking about Dickie Lovelady and Luis Garcia.
Right, but in replacing them with who?
Well, right now it's Craig Kimbrell.
Right, who's also 38. Right? No, what is he?
I don't even know.
Is he 40? I mean, whatever he is.
He pitched good as one inning.
He did, but he's old. You know, he's not a long-term solution.
It's also not their problem. Like, their problem wasn't Dickie Lovelady and Luis Garcia. Their problem is they're not hitting enough. Their problem is they're just not playing winning baseball. That's their problem. And it can change on a dime. That's the beauty of the sport. But unfortunately, and we'll get into this with the Yankees The Yankees are losing close games in which one moment and one sequence can change everything.
Mm-hmm.
The Mets really aren't. The Mets are simply getting their ass kicked a lot of times. They're not scoring. They're not showing a pulse. And unfortunately, the Mets don't have a track record. Like, don't tell me to trust Marcus Semien, because I don't. Don't tell me to trust Jorge Polanco, because I don't. Why would I?
Yeah,
Why would I based on their histories? Why would I based on anything? I can't trust them. Doesn't mean they're done. But if you ask me, and I would have said something very different about a few other guys, if you said, hey, don't worry, he'll be fine.
Yep.
Number 9 in Texas. Yeah, I'd say he's got a track record. He'll be there. Or a bad start from, I guess he's wearing 25 in Baltimore. I'd say, don't worry, he's got a track record. These sons of bitches don't have any track record here. And by the way, their track records in Major League Baseball over the last 3 years ain't that good.
Right.
Simeon's been washed the last 2 years, and Polanco barely plays other than last year.
Right.
So there are a lot of problems with this team, but the under-the-surface moves that they just made, it's all leading up to eventually firing the manager.
Yeah, it feels like it's not inevitable, but it feels like it's getting closer to that if they keep trying to make moves. Now, I'm watching this Francisco Lindor play again, Evan. I think you're right.
You think he has an undiagnosed concussion?
It looks like he was concussed because he's down, he doesn't get up, he turns over, and he gets up very, very slowly. And the way he was hit, the catcher, forgetting his name, it's right in his chin. Right in his chin, right. 2 hands, forceful to his face. He goes down, he gets up very, very slowly.
Here's the question.
This
is the question for Carlos Mendoza and David Stearns whenever he pops his head in to talk to the media. Did you test him for a concussion?
Do they have a protocol to test for concussions?
I would think so.
It's baseball.
Yeah, but guys get
football.
Guys get concussions. Ryan Church many years ago.
Yeah, but
Met fans
so
won't forget
rare.
that one.
It's so rare.
But it happens.
It does. But I don't know if you have a baseline test?
I'm not sure exactly what they do compared to the NFL, but these are questions for Carlos Mendoza.
I agree.
And the real follow-up to him is, hey, Carlos, you said you can't explain why Lindor's made some of the mistakes. Is it possible that he's being affected by this? Look, I don't know. None of us know. I don't even know if the Mets know. But sometimes when great players or really smart players do things that are completely unorthodox, and this is not a slump. I want to make that clear. This has nothing to do with what he's doing at the plate. He's actually showing a pulse offensively, even if he's still looking for that first home run and first RBI. It's the other stuff. And so I think it's important for the Mets to address it because, look, the third option on what's affecting Lindor is something off the field, which I'm not even going to speculate about. But right now, he's not Francisco Lindor. And that's a major problem, and I think it's an even bigger problem because Juan Soto is not walking through that door, at least this week.
Right. It's a big problem because for the last 4 years, Francisco Lindor has been your leader. He's been the guy who answers all the questions. He's the one that stands at the mic, even if it's uncomfortable, and answers the questions. Now, is that going to change because Juan Soto is kind of taking over I doubt it. I don't think Juan Soto is standing in front of the mic and answering questions about everything that's going on with the Mets. I think Francisco Lindor is still that guy. And so you need him to be that guy, and he's not right now.
We'll get to the Yankees coming up. Your calls, 888-808-1019, the toll-free number, plus the fatal flaw that really killed the Yankees all weekend long in their sweep at the hands of the Tampa Bay Rays. We'll explain it. We'll also play this game, the Yankee turning point of the game. Be the first call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point at 866-540-WFAN, and you'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's. It's all from our flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. No bubbles means no troubles. Look for the new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry half and half in stores now. Cheers to hitting the fairway, and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Flushing Bank. It's also sponsored by New York Presbyterian with world-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine and over 450 locations across New York City and Westchester. Expert health care is close to home. Book an appointment at nyp.org.
Life's rewarding, especially with Flushing Bank's Complete Cash Rewards program. Just open a personal or business complete checking account to get started. With 30 New York Metro locations, there's nothing easier or more rewarding. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why my biz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with My Biz Plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit VerizonBusiness.com to get started today. New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes autopay and paper-free billing and promotional discounts. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge, applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers end June 30th, 2026.
Guys, let's keep it simple. There are two things you probably should be doing: taking care of your health and doing something that actually makes an impact. Here's a way to do both. California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month and get free health and genetic screenings along the way. So yeah, you're getting paid to get checked out, and you're helping families who need it. Efficient, smart, done. Check out spermbank.com to learn more. Apply and see if you qualify.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
All new Dunkin' Zero, only 20 calories, zero sugar, the all new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins, so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon, wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Sunzest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain 0% fruit juice. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-3899. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-3899. That's 800-518-3899. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 back in bonus bets if your first bet wins. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and older, physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which do expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Spring and summer are around the corner, and now's the time to prepare for pest season. Ticks, mosquitoes, ants, and rodents, they're all active this time of year. For over 50 years, homeowners and businesses have chosen J.P. McHale Pest Management. With local offices in New York City, Long Island, Hudson Valley, and Connecticut, with over 2,000 five-star reviews, they deliver proven year-round protection. Right now, take advantage of J.P. McHale's seasonal residential discounts and free commercial inspections. Visit nopest.com. That's NOPESTS.com. J.P. McHale Pest Management. Not just good, guaranteed.
Town Fair Tire, the area's largest independent name brand tire dealer, sells any Continental tire you choose at the guaranteed lowest price. And Town Fair gives you the most free services for life on your Continental tires. So if you're searching for the best price and the most free services for life on Continental tires, get a Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Score our John Starks special this month. A Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. That's right, all threes. It's my favorite number. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
36-month lease. Excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires April 30th.
Hey guys, let's get real for a second. When it comes to performance, good enough isn't good enough. And that's exactly why Blue Chew just raised the bar. Blue Chew Gold tablets go further than others, combining 2 proven ingredients for circulation plus apomorphine and oxytocin to enhance arousal, desire, and connection from the inside out. Get started today at BlueChew.com. And now we've got a special deal for our listeners. Get 10% off the first month of Blue Chew Gold with promo code WFAN. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information.
Your official station to talk Yankees. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
Now, let me explain a very important answer to a question. If you're listening on FM or AM or the Odyssey app, you don't know, but I am wearing an L today. I've been wearing an L since this show began. For those on YouTube, they see I'm wearing an L. There's a simple explanation for my L wearing. It has nothing to do with what happened this weekend. It happens to involve something I said on a mid-December edition of Evan and Tiki. We were opening the show, Innocent Day, and I uttered this phrase. A very busy show. At some point in the next 4.5 hours, you'll hear that Edwin Diaz has re-signed with the Mets. Yeah, I said that. And that has been construed as I was reporting it. It certainly sounded that way. And obviously, a few days later, Edwin Diaz signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So the agreement that Tiki came up with because of that faux pas that I made back in December is that any time the Mets face the Dodgers, I have to wear an L the entire show, and the games at Citi Field, I've got to wear the L to the ballpark.
Yes, he even tried to walk it back by playing free agent bingo. And he said Edwin Diaz would go to the Dodgers.
Yeah, I thought that at one point.
It didn't work, though.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
You still got to wear the L.
I take an L. So this is a December L that I have to pay the price on today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then when the Dodgers come to town. By the way, we're going to guess the Yankee turning point later this hour. This one is so tricky that we yet to have a winner. So if you know the Yankee turning point, you still have a chance. 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326, the turning point of Sunday's Yankee loss. I wrote down a few. I'm up in the air about it. Now, if you heard the postgame show, that's a cheat code.
Yeah.
If you didn't, you got to play like me and Tiki.
I think I got mine.
All right. We will reveal those answers a little bit later on. Real quick, before we get to your Met calls, concern around Francisco Lindor, Carlos Mendoza on the hot seat. Here's the Yankee factoid that really did them in over the 3 games against Tampa Bay. And obviously, there's a lot of things that happened, and we'll get into some individual moments as the show rolls on. But an overall kind of headline for you. Every time the New York Yankees scored a run, the Tampa Bay Rays responded.
Yes.
They were relentless. They call that a shutdown inning. And the New York Yankees failed at the shutdown inning time in and time out. I wanted to count it up just to make sure I've got the facts. I'm going to exclude the top of the 9th inning yesterday because obviously the Tampa Bay Rays didn't get a bottom of the 9th inning.
Yep.
So we'll exclude that inning.
They didn't need it.
They didn't need it. In the 6 other innings over the weekend that the Yankees scored runs, and that's a pathetic number, by the way. They only scored in 6 of 28 innings. That ain't good. In 5 of the 6 innings where they scored runs, the Tampa Bay Rays responded. Think about that.
Right.
That is a problem. Not to blame this on the pitching.
But what does that tell you? Like, what? I'm trying to think of why that happens. There's not a coaching reason why that happens. There's not unless there's a clutchness that the Tampa Bay Rays have.
I'll give you my best answer to this. And I apologize.
I can't even say that.
I apologize for bringing this up for like the 5th time, this certain team, and I'm not trying to rub it into Sean. But do you remember a couple weeks ago, Sean brought up the 1998 New York Yankees?
Yes.
In comparison to this Yankee team?
Yes.
Which I thought was just
preposterous?
I was going to say like when you're supposed to do something. Like it was way too early.
Premature.
It was premature.
Yeah.
You had a premature joculation on the New York Yankees. Like that's joculation, I say.
Yeah, I got you. Jock like sports.
Yeah.
Jock champs.
I got you.
Jocular.
Yeah, it's jocular.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get it.
Well, I get the other part.
So when I think of the 1998 Yankees, if you said to me, all right, Ev, you love the 98 Yankees, and I don't love the 98 Yankees, I respect them. There's a big difference. I hate that team, but I think they're the greatest baseball team I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. The first thing that jumps out at me is their relentlessness. The fact that every time you put up a run on them or 2 runs on them, they would respond.
So that was just the makeup of the roster, of the team, the character of the players individually and collectively. They just knew how to respond.
I think so. And look, we're looking at it from a different perspective here because we're looking at it from the Yankee pitching perspective. But, dude, it was every time.
Right.
And to me, it's one of the biggest buzzkills for a baseball team. Your offense, especially an offense that's struggling, puts together a rally, even a small one, and they score a couple of runs. And every time the team responds, it's just, it kills your soul.
Yeah.
It takes your soul. And that's, to me, the overall definition of what damaged the Yankees as they got swept by Tampa Bay. More on that, plus Jazz Chisholm's comments coming up. But let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019. Evan is at JFK Airport. What's up, Evan?
Hey, Evan. I actually ran into you at Saturday's Mets game.
Nice.
Yesterday I did the Mets-Islanders doubleheader, and I was wondering, with how terrible an LD the Mets offense was and the Islanders' elimination from the playoffs, is there... I was researching on the train home. I can't find a feasible multi-sport doubleheader that you could be at all of both games at, and it has been that bad in sports history for New York. At least in 2007, when the Mets lost on the final day of the season, the Giants played Sunday night football against the Eagles, but they won.
Right.
So... that's the only thing that's been close.
The problem with the comp, here's my only issue with the comp, all right?
It's the same day.
The same day comp.
Yeah.
Is that it's still April in baseball. Like the Islanders season ended, and that is the clear exclamation point of patheticness. And when you're doing the football-baseball comp, it's kind of the same thing. It's early in the football season.
Right.
So I'm sure we can find, like, the Knicks losing a series, and then earlier that day, the Yankees or the Mets losing a game. But think about it. That game in May or June is very unmemorable.
Yeah.
And if the Mets can turn their season around, and it is still extremely early at 7-9, are we really going to think about the Sunday game against the A's where they got swept?
No, you're not, because it won't mean anything.
Right.
Unless you miss the playoffs by a game again.
Right.
So you're right. It's not urgent or important enough right now.
It's bad.
It could be very important down the line because let's say the A's fall apart and they're not any good, and all of a sudden you end up getting swept by them earlier in the season, and that one game cost you, just like last year, all those things we talked about. But right now, you can't say that.
Now, there's a lot of cross-sport. Like, there's a few that off the top of my head, I remember both of my teams losing brutal games in the same day. The Mets in 2024, because the Jets were playing a primetime game that night against, I think, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
It was Jets-Steelers and Mets-Dodgers. And the Mets got eliminated in Game 6, and the Jets lost pathetically to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So things like that happen, but they were not here.
Right.
You were not going to both. I got another one I wrote about in my book, My Mets Bible. And again, this is only going to affect like 7 people, but it's big for me. The night the Brooklyn Nets, or then the New Jersey Nets, lost the lottery after a 70-loss season, they got the 3rd pick, and the Mets lost in walk-off fashion to the Braves in Atlanta on a bad throw by David Wright. I don't know why that one sticks with me, but that's a bad one. That's a bad one. But when you really think about it, Sunday's Met loss hopefully becomes just a footnote in a long season. Let's go to Jeff in Oceanside. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Hope you guys had a great weekend. The Mets are killing me. I don't want to hear about Lindor's slow starts. I'm tired of it. 0 home runs, 0 RBIs. I know he had 3 or 4 hits over the weekend. What do you friggin' do? Again, no home runs, no RBIs, hitting 190. His on-base percentage is under 300. Yeah, maybe he got hurt in that play, but you know what? He forgot how many outs there were before his maybe mystery concussion.
No.
Let's not forget about that.
No, he did not. See,
Right.
that's the thing. You'll mess up the timing. This mystery concussion, which Tiki, as someone who's experienced them, has watched the play like 15 times and thinks he probably did suffer a concussion.
Right, and that was early. That was late March.
That was the 2nd game of the season.
Right.
So the out misgivings occurred about 5 days later. Every mistake that Lindor has made has occurred after that fact. And I'm not trying to make excuses for Francisco because the bad start that Jeff just pointed out is the bad start. And I totally agree with the sentiment of, hey, I'm tired of it. I think that's a fair point. I'm tired of it. You've been here for 6 years. I get that it happens most years, not all. I'm tired of it. We need you. Juan Soto's out. You got to step up. I totally understand that argument. But it's the mental mistakes. That's where you look at a concussion or something else and say, where's that coming from?
The things that he always does well, he's not doing well. He's not an error-prone fielder. He's not an unaware baseball player. And it's feeling like this year he's unaware in a lot of situations.
More than once.
Right.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice.
Yeah. You're not going to get us twice.
Shame on me?
No,
we're
not going to be fooled twice.
Oh, I got you.
We're making a reference not to the famous idiom, but to the president who screwed up the idiom.
Oh,
in the most famous way possible. I love it. It's like one of my I have to get that into the system. That's my goal. I have to find that. Let's go to John down in Dallas. Hey, John.
Okay, a lot to unpack here with the Mets. Let's all take a deep breath. It's early. I'm not freaking out, and I'm a big Met fan, one of the biggest there is. I think there's a few things. One, Friday, you get a man at third and no out, and he doesn't score. That's a huge, huge issue. I think the chemistry isn't there.
Right.
You got a lot of new players, and forget about the guys that are gone because they're gone.
Right. None you can
Some
do
of them
about
aren't
it.
hitting great. Right. So they're gone. I think the chemistry is not there. I think you could see some plays in the outfield where no one knows who to go. Who's going to get it because they haven't played together long. Okay, so there's that. The hitting concerns me because the selection of what they're swinging at and what they're missing at is just blows my mind. And the stuff they are hitting, they're underneath everything. I mean, it's just nothing but pop flies all over the place.
The concern when you look at this lineup, which is ultimately their biggest problem in the early going, is in the past, I've said to you, they'll be fine. I trust them.
Yeah, because you knew that they would be fine.
Because there was a track record.
Of course.
If you look up and down at the lineup that they produced over the weekend, how many guys, be honest with yourself, positive Met fan, negative Met fan, doesn't matter, go to each individual player and ask yourself, do you trust that player to figure it out?
Right. So
There's
Lindor,
a lot of guys I don't trust.
Lindor, you'd say yes.
Absolutely.
Polanco, probably
No.
not.
No, dude.
Jared Young.
Polanco, just stop right there with Polanco, and we'll continue.
Yeah.
He had a really good year last year, 1,000%. How about the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that? He misses a ton of time due to injury, and 2 years ago, he had a 635 OPS.
Right.
So don't hit me with this, you should trust Jorge Polanco. That's your second place hitter. Keep going, though.
Jared Young.
Jared Young is a bit piece. He's played well. He's not an everyday player.
Right. And Vientos, who came in and pitch hit for him, he had a great season, And then a bad season.
And then he got off to a really good start and is 0 for his last 15.
That's right.
So do I trust Mark Vientos? How could you?
Yeah, you can't because there's no track record.
So keep going.
There's
so
no
far,
actual track record.
So far, we just have Lindor. Keep going.
Shit.
In
your mind, you're saying yes, but he still has to do it as a Met.
Yeah, I think I definitely trust him more than the other veterans they brought in.
Yeah.
But my trust level is like a 75%.
Brett Beatty.
No.
Nope. Inconsistent his entire career here. Marcus Semien.
There's a chance Marcus Semien is fried.
Yeah.
There's a really good chance that the last 2 years, he's not been a very productive player. Now, he could still pick it at second base. He still looks very good defensively at second base. I'll give him that.
Right.
But no, I think having blind faith in a 36-year-old just breaking out of it, you're naive.
Right. Carson Benj, he's young, so you kind of expect exactly what you're seeing. Just some inexperience and not ability to do it.
He's a young player with major questions.
Right. Luis Torrens, this is / Francisco Alvarez. I don't know about Francisco.
He's very streaky.
It's a maybe, though.
Yeah.
It's a maybe.
Yeah, but there's a lot of maybes. So is Mark Vientos and Brett Beatty. Alvarez is off to a really good start. In fact, I would have preferred him pinch hitting for Jared Young over Mark Vientos. Same thing with Luis Robert Jr. And to get to him, because I want to be fair, Robert Jr. has been wonderful.
Right. He wasn't even in the lineup, is it?
Because they're nervous about him staying healthy.
That's right.
So do we trust Luis Robert Jr.?
By default, you have to say no.
So if we're just being fair about this, and this isn't to rush to the negative or rush to the positive, if you go through the guys in the lineup, there are very few guys you trust. Now, Juan Soto is a big factor here, and they need him back, and that is a game changer to this lineup, but it is still filled with a lot of guys.
Yeah, you have basically two, Lindor and Bichette.
That's a lot. That's a lot of questions.
That's a whole lot of questions.
So you look at this lineup, it's very difficult to say, hey, don't worry, they'll be fine. That's a difficult thing to say and actually believe. Nick is in Norwalk. Hey, Nick.
Hey, guys. Happy Monday.
What's up, man?
I think most annoying thing from this week, the series this past weekend, just watching the A's at bats, how much they could fight, working 3-2 counts, even if they're swinging at the first pitch or taking advantage of it, watching Jeff McNeil do that. Like, you replace the entire hitting staff underneath Mendoza, and the timing just seems horrible.
Right.
Decisions at the plate seem awful. Like, Brett Beatty, always down 0-2, going back to his old ways. Like, Luis Torrens is the only one doing anything that looks actually productive at the plate. And I don't know how you can really blame Mendoza for that. It seems like it's more of an organizational problem with the approach at the plate. And I don't know if that gets fixed or, yeah.
The blaming Mendoza thing, and this has gone on with managers since the beginning of time.
Did he hire?
No.
He didn't hire any of these.
No.
Yeah.
Which is the first sign you're on the hot seat.
100%.
This is
not your guys, and they're replacing. Then that's not a good sign.
This is not Mendoza's fault. Now there are plenty of things to get on him about. Like, for example, I didn't like pinch hitting for Jared Young with Mark Vientos, who's in a big slump. Like, that's a fair example. Or bullpen management. But I get a lot of Met fans saying he doesn't get the team pumped up enough. It's baseball. Is the manager really pumping up the team?
No.
Inspiring the team?
No.
But when you fail with big expectations, fair or not, because this is not about fairness, the manager is one of the first guys to go. And so I get it. I agree with the sentiment that firing Carlos Mendoza isn't going to fix the Met issues. We just went through the lineup. A new manager isn't changing that. But let's not be naive. We can't just put our hand in the sand. If they don't play better baseball, he's going to be gone. Now, the debate, which I hate getting into, but we have to have it at some point, is who would replace him? And I have not been a believer.
Korea?
That's
Korea?
That's the popular belief. Gio has been saying that since they hired him.
Well, he's the bench coach. So.
I don't believe it's going to be Kai Korea. I just don't. He doesn't have any managerial experience. He just joined the organization. I don't think it's going to be him. The guy who I think is going to manage the team is Andy Green. Andy Green used to manage the San Diego Padres. Was not good, but he managed them. And he's working in the Google him. He's working in the front office right now. So if you want an extension of the front office, which is what most organizations want to do, why wouldn't you take the guy who's managed before? Again, not good, but he's managed.
Why would you hire him if he's not good?
Well, was Terry Collins a good manager? Was Bobby Valentine a good manager in Major League? No, I'm being serious. And I'm not trying to talk up Andy Green. I'm just at least defending why someone who had a bad first stop could then go on and be a good manager. But in my estimation,
I hear
he's going to be the next man. It's not going to be Kai Korea. I don't believe that. And I also don't think it's going to be Carlos Beltran because he's going to have to miss days while being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. And I don't think it's J.D. Martinez as much as people want to think that would be the guy.
It's 2 days. Have Kai Correa be a bench coach manager for a couple of days.
What do you mean? Oh, for Beltran?
Yeah, for Beltran.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole thing is weird.
It is. It would be odd.
I'm just telling you, my prediction is that if they fire Carlos Mendoza, do not be surprised if the new manager is Andy Green and not Kai Correa.
What about Mark DeRosa?
What about him? Oh, did you just say, yeah, smart ass over there. You want a real one?
Okay.
You want to get crazy?
Sure.
Want to get nuts?
This is out of the box?
Yep. And I think Met fans will like it. And Tiki Barber will like it.
Okay.
Joe Girardi.
Ooh, we just saw Joe.
I like that.
And you know he wants to manage. Let's be serious. You know he wants to manage.
Dude, how like baller from the Mets would be that to pull Joe Girardi out of the Yankees booth?
I mean, we've pulled everyone else from the Yankees.
Right.
And
You took our closer. You took our setup man.
The Phillies did to Joe what the Mets are going to do to Mendoza.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Pay back to Philly.
I don't believe Joe Girardi's done as a manager. I believe that he can still manage. It didn't work in Philadelphia, but sometimes it doesn't work.
He doesn't look like is washed, doesn't look old, looks like he's still fit and ready to go.
And Mendy's got his Yankee ties. We'll put him in the yes booth. He'll replace Girardi.
God. David Stearns calls up Cash and says, look, I got a deal for you. I'm going to make things easy for you.
Make a trade.
I'm going to take Joe Girardi out of the booth to manage the Mets, in which the Yankees would be very happy for him. And I'm sure he has an out in his contract because dude wants to manage. And early in the season, the better.
Right.
And don't worry, your replacement in the booth is Carlos Mendoza.
Easy peasy.
Right.
Easy peasy.
It'll be great. He knows Boone really well.
By the way, I laugh, I joke. Not that crazy.
It's not.
Especially if you want
that is definitely not happening. But if it did, it would be awesome.
You have Joe Girardi's number?
I don't. Maybe.
Should ask him when he take the Mets shot. Nah, he's too classy. He wouldn't do that because the job is currently occupied.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a classy dude.
I wouldn't even put him in that position.
But I remember when he got the Philly job, I wanted him to manage the Mets. And I forget the timetable on, I think they hired Mickey Callaway, or maybe it was after that too. I forget the timetable on it. And we saw Joe Girardi, Joe and I, at Army-Navy after he had taken the Philly job. And off air, we were like, dude, you were the guy. And he admitted, he's like, I would have loved it. It didn't happen.
Right.
So if they decide to fire the manager, and I'm not there yet with him, I don't know when I'll be there. I mean, the Mets are about to play 3 West Coast games against the Dodgers. I could be in a very bad mood tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday. Maybe there's a chance I come in and say, Teak, I'm done. Get rid of this guy. Nice guy. I'm done with him.
Right. Met Chet doesn't love it.
They don't love what?
Andy Green.
Dude, Andy. Guys, you have to understand something. I am not endorsing Andy Green.
Okay.
I'm using logic.
Right.
Is he not in the front office?
Of course he's in the front office.
Has he managed before?
But yeah, but he wasn't good.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? If you're going to hire somebody to manage your team, don't you want somebody who has a track record of being good at it?
Well, I think the thought process around Green would be he got to learn under Craig Counsell as a bench coach. He's learning in the Met front office. He's connected probably to a lot of the decisions they've made.
Yes.
And he's done it before. Like, while he hasn't been good, experience matters. And the Mets have gone a lot with inexperienced managers. Buck Showalter was a rarity. But think back to the guys they've brought in. They brought in a lot of inexperienced guys. And he would at least provide experience. I'm just saying, Met fans, put him on your radar. Don't assume Kai Correa is going to be the manager.
I don't think I'm wrong here. I don't think he learned under Craig Counsell. I think Craig Counsell gave him the boot. He learned under David Ross.
Oh, my bad. You're right about that. I apologize. Good call.
Okay.
You're right. He was the Cub manager under
6 years ago.
He was the Cub bench coach under David Ross. And then when Counsell took over, Craig Counsell said, get the hell out of here. Thank you. Good correction by you.
Okay. We want to make sure because sometimes you're the trustworthy one. You know?
No, dude, I ain't perfect. No one is perfect. By the way, I got the best compliment the other day. Because fans are very nice, and they pay nice compliments, but this one stuck with me all weekend long. Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
I'm at my son's recital. He's playing the piano. He's doing something. My youngest son, Spence, so he's doing it too. And this guy comes over, and he's like, are you Evan Roberts? I said, yeah, I'm Evan. He's a douche. I said that, and he laughed. And he's like, I got to tell you something. And I was ready. It's going to be like a Met comment. Like, what you said, the Rico. He says, it was all the rage in our text chat the other day when you were comparing the Knicks of last year to the Knicks of this year and how they are clearly better based on every metric. And we really appreciated that because everyone thinks the Knicks are worse. And we were taking those stats and we were spreading it in the chat. So thank you for being the voice of reason. And I said to him, and you realize I hate the Knicks, right? And he's like, yeah, but it was
you're
so
a true IBO, Evan.
it was my proudest
You've
IBO
said
moment.
that so many times that people actually believe it.
Well, maybe if they listen to what I say, they'll believe it.
That's true.
So I don't know why that. Like, it would be, Sean, if you were out somewhere and someone came up to you and all they wanted to do was compliment on a point you made about the Jets.
Right. It'd be like, wait a minute.
You'd be like, I'm honored by
was
this.
trolling.
You're
welcome.
I was not trolling.
Oh, I know you weren't.
I was being real. I was being real.
Yes, this Fan Focused is sponsored by Chef IQ Precision Cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. And let's be real, wasn't the best of Sundays around here. The Yankees and Mets finished off their disastrous weekends with more losses. Aaron Boone, for some reason, would not let Paul Goldschmidt hit for Ryan McMahon with the game on the line because you got a weird word about defense that won't exist. Rory McIlroy won the Masters in back-to-back years. The Knicks clinched the first-round series with the Hawks. And the Islanders officially, they choked. They'll miss the playoffs, meaning for the first time, we have 3 local hockey teams here, and not one of them will be in the postseason.
This is the first time in how long?
Since they existed together.
Ever.
Are you kidding?
Yes. No, he's not kidding. Yeah. I was very surprised by it.
Usually get one.
I figured there had to have been a year. In fact, I hate to be a jerk. I thought it was last year, but then I remembered the Devils actually were in the playoffs.
That's right.
No offense to New Jersey. But yeah, since the Devils moved from Colorado in 1982, so we're talking about a pretty big sample size, 43, 44 seasons, this has never happened, which is unbelievable to me. Let's guess the Yankee turning point of the game. This is a tricky one. We did get a winner, so congratulations to the winner.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I'm going to go out of the box. And again, this is how I think the turning point should go.
Yep.
The Yankees rally in the top of the 7th inning, and they make it 3-2. And there's this sense of, all right, the Rays have used a lot of their high-leverage relievers. The Yankees are in great position to come back and win this game. What I mentioned before is the shutdown inning and how they failed to get it. Chandler Simpson led off the bottom of the 7th inning with a triple. And to me, that just changed everything. It was like, here we go. The Rays are going to score another run. And so I'm going to go with a leadoff triple by Chandler Simpson in the bottom of the 7th inning.
I'm going to go with Aaron Boone, putting Ryan McMahon in the lineup every day because they chase to get to him, and he makes the last out of the game every single game.
So you're going last out of the game?
I'm not. I'm going Taylor Walls with a sacrifice bunt in the bottom of the, what was that, 8th inning?
I'm not against the Ryan McMahon final play of the game being the turning point. Like, that's not a bad guess.
No, it can't be. It's the end of the game. I'm just saying. As soon as he's in the lineup, you know they're going to, all right, we're going to walk you to get to you and to you. And
walking
blah, blah, blah.
Austin Wells.
Hey, game over.
That's your sign that there's no respect for you.
Taylor Walls, sacrifice bunt.
All right, here it is, the turning point of yesterday's Yankee loss.
Here's a pitch from Hendrick. Bunt shown it to Beauty. First base side, Ben Rice, bare hand, throw to the plate, not in time. Head first slide by Jake Fraley. He scores. It's 5-2 Tampa Bay. These guys can, boy, they just bludgeon you with a dull knife. Goodness gracious.
It's a great line.
That is a great line.
They did. No, they did. All right, good call by you. You know what I hated about this series besides the results? Let's just take the results out for a second because I know Yankee fans are emotional about that, and that's all that matters. It bothers me how every ball that hits the outfield turf causes there to be an explosion.
Of the BBs there?
Yes.
It's the same thing like watching a football game on AstroTurf.
Yes.
As soon as as soon as your foot digs in, everything pops up in the air.
Dude, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's like a bomb is going off every time the ball hits the outfield. It's such a horrible ballpark that needs to be demolished immediately. It needs to go away. And obviously, you guys had a rough weekend. And it's tough to watch baseball in that ballpark.
It is. Gives you a headache.
No, I get you. More on the Yankees coming up, including Jazz Chisholm. Did he know, or is he fooling all of us based on his answer to a baseball rule on Saturday night? Plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Met fans have different levels of concerns. And Yankee fans, where's your level of concern as they have now lost 5 in a row? Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama's making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low no-interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their cool certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient. And with each package, your business gets paid. There are no startup costs, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money, and with each delivery, not only do you get some cash, you get some exposure for your business. Sign up and learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Oklahoma City Thunder are going to go back-to-back and win another NBA championship. The Western Conference playoffs couldn't have broken any better for the defending champs. They're going to have to play either Houston or the Lakers in the second round. They will walk over either of those teams and only have to be one of Denver or San Antonio to get back to the NBA Finals. We are going to see OKC win another championship this year. I'm Nick Costos.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-358-6868. That's 800-358-6868. Again, 800-358-6868.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, May 2nd for the Yankees' annual Star Wars Day. Enjoy special appearances by some of your favorite Star Wars characters, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a max-free Mandalorian bobblehead. Get your tickets now for Saturday, May 2nd, Star Wars Day at Yankee Stadium. For tickets, visit yankees.com/tickets. And may the Force be with you.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
If your business needs a van, step up to a Mercedes-Benz van from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Choose from cargo, crew, and passenger models, each designed to handle whatever your workday demands. From refrigeration to construction deliveries to service calls, a Sprinter van can be customized to fit your exact needs. For every job, every trade, there's a Sprinter that helps you stay organized, work smarter, and save time. And at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, you'll get the expertise to find and upfit the right van for your business. Visit RayCatinaEdison.com.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
penalty kick
out of the park
from way downtown for a
beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
When fighting lymphoma, leukemia, or myeloma, the right care team makes a difference. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Donato, Chief of Stem Cell Transplantation and Cellular Therapy at Hackensack University Medical Center's John Thurr Cancer Center. As the state's largest and most experienced CAR T-cell program, we pioneer life-saving options that empower your immune system to fight cancer. For personalized care in Hackensack or Neptune, call 833-CANCER-MD.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-948-7878. That's 800-948-7878.
In digital advertising, everyone talks about clicks. But clicks don't pay the bills. Sales do. Outcomes from Viant is a new way to advertise that prioritizes your bottom line. Our AI-driven technology looks past the noise to find the customers most likely to buy your product. It's smarter, faster, and designed for real-world results. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Growing a brand is hard, but reaching the right customers shouldn't be. Meet Outcomes from Viant. We've built an intelligent platform that handles the complexity of digital advertising for you. Powered by advanced AI, we help your brand show up in the right places at the right time and ensure that every dollar you spend leads to a real business result. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Get breaking sports news here. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
We'll get to the Knicks a little bit later on. We now officially know their first-round opponent, and it will begin Saturday at Madison Square Garden at 6 o'clock. We'll get to that a little bit later on. We've accomplished a lot in the first hour of the show. Tiki has diagnosed Francisco Lindor with a concussion, and we have figured out that if the Mets fire Carlos Mendoza, instead of going the Andy Green or Kai Correa route, they should just steal Joe Girardi from the S booth. Nice. So we've accomplished that in the first hour of the show. If you missed any of it, you could rewind on the free Odyssey app, or you could check the show out on YouTube. And I am wearing an L because I incorrectly said a few months ago that Edwin Diaz was going to stay with the New York Mets. Now let's get to a guy I really like.
Who's that?
But I'm going to have a tough time defending him today, and that is Jazz Chisholm. All right? Now, we all love Jazz.
Of course. How could you not love Jazz?
I do. I love the guy.
Chisholm!
Yes. On Saturday, he was involved in a play in which it really wasn't anybody's fault. The Yankees brought the 5th infielder in, Cody Bellinger, which I always hate because as a guy who scores games, I don't even know how I would score that.
If he got the out.
Yeah.
If he was part of getting the out.
Like, what if it's a line drive right at him? Am I writing L7? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
I guess I do. So
L7 on the infield.
Right. Right. So there's a chopper hit towards Jazz Chisholm in which either he can throw home to get the lead runner and keep the game tied in the bottom of the 10th inning. He could try to tag the runner and quickly throw to first base, get a double play, the inning is over. And that's pretty much it. Those are the only options.
Right.
Otherwise, the game is over. And so the play, if you missed it, features Cody Bellinger jumping to try to get the ball.
Which distracts Jazz, by the way.
Probably distracted him.
Chisholm!
He then bobbles the baseball to where the game is over. Like, as soon as there's a bobble, there's nothing you could do.
Well, I think as soon as there's a chop, there's nothing you can do.
Not necessarily. If he fields it cleanly, he may have enough time to field it and tag the base runner, passing him by.
Yeah,
got a chance.
I don't know. When you watch it, the base runner is at him when the ball is at him.
That's my point. It's got to be an incredibly quick reflex move. It's got to be bang, bang.
He's got to get it, reach blindly to touch the runner who's behind him.
Yes.
Then gather himself and get the ball to first base to force the inning over.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's just as soon as it's chopped, it's just there's no way for the play to happen cleanly.
As soon as he bobbles it, the game is over.
Yeah, I think
that's
honestly,
how I view it.
As soon as it's chopped, the game was over.
It was a very difficult play. Right. I am not killing Jazz for it in terms of he needed to field it incredibly cleanly and then immediately swipe around and tag the base runner and then throw to first base. I don't know what the difficulty rating of a play like that is.
I would say on a scale of 100, it's 100.
I don't know if it's 100. I mean,
dude, he's at him.
I think it's an 86.
You're blindly swiping at someone behind you.
I got you. But let's agree that that's the only thing he could do.
Yes, that's the only way that they get out of that inning.
So Jazz bobbles it, and once he bobbles it, the game is over,
Right.
but he throws to first base, which I thought was bizarre in the moment because that does nothing. Get the runner out. The game is over. The winning run is scoring. Whatever. Like, the story of the game to me wasn't Jazz Chisholm and that play. There's a lot more that you can bite into why the Yankees lost. But unfortunately for Jazz Chisholm, the saying from Hamilton is say less, smile more.
Yes.
Now, Jazz has
Talk
a great
less.
talk less, smile more. Jazz did a lot of talking after the game in which he revealed he didn't know the rule. If you haven't heard it yet, take a listen.
Yeah, I was really going to go tag the runner and just throw it to first. I don't know what the rule is if I went to first base first and threw it back to second if it's still an out. Is it still a double play? I don't know. Does it count as not an RBI?
No, they'll score.
They'll still score?
They'll get there before the tag occurs in second.
Well, where was what I was trying to do in my mind probably wouldn't have worked anyway.
Apparently, the voice who was informing him was Trent Grisham. So it wasn't even a media member like saying, all right, this is the deal. But there's so much, I don't want to say wrong with this because Jazz feels like such a good dude the way he's even answering it. Like, shucks, I guess it wouldn't have worked.
Don't you think he's messing with you?
Is that what you think?
How the way that he says, well, I guess what I was thinking in my mind wouldn't have worked anyway. That's so hilarious to me.
It is, but do you think he's purposely effing with us?
I think it feels like he is. He's been playing baseball for so long.
Yes.
There is no way that he doesn't know that with one out and you get the runner going to first out, that it becomes a timing play.
Correct, which means as soon as that plate is touched by the runner, the game is over, even if you get that other base runner in a double play. It's pretty basic. I think we all know that. But yes, let's explain it because that's what he's saying. He doesn't know the rule on.
Right. Now, the first scenario that he said, I was thinking of tagging the runner and then throwing to first base. That ends the inning. Whether or not the guy scores before or not. It doesn't matter. It felt like he was telling you what he wanted to do, tag the guy, and then go to first base. And when that didn't work out, it was like, hey, let me mess with them. I mean, is it still the double play if I go to first and then the second?
Why would you mess with everybody after you lost? It's not even funny.
No.
Again, I like Jazz. It's not funny.
It's the last statement when he says, I guess what I was thinking in my mind wouldn't have worked anyways, even though he told us what he was thinking in his mind was, I wanted to tag the runner.
Which is the smart play.
And go to first.
Like, honestly, it's the only option he had because he wasn't getting the lead runner at the plate.
So then why does he say, well, I guess what I was thinking in my mind wouldn't have worked anyways?
Why does he say that? Because he's being corrected by Trent Grisham.
No, I think he's messing with you.
Okay, so this is what's crazy. You know, we usually say play audio gives better context.
Yes.
I think this is the first time we've been doing this where I think the video gives it better context. Because, Tiki, I've seen the video, but listening to just the audio, I can see what you're saying.
Right.
I just second-guessed myself, but now I'm going back to the video. He's definitely not joking if you look at the video. He has this, like, light bulb when Grisham says it, like, oh, damn. Like, and it's like his facial cues say it all. Like, that is not a joking man when you look at his face. And I think Jazz, to a fault, is just too brutally honest in real time.
It's what I said about Hamilton, where it's sometimes, not always, you got to say less.
Right. Don't let them know what you're against or what you're for.
Now, here's the manager, Aaron Boone, because he was asked about this the next day. Because this, again, blew up as a story. To me, the main event of the Yankee loss Saturday wasn't that play by Jazz Chisholm. It was a near impossible play. It was his answer. So here's the exchange Aaron Boone had with the reporters in terms of what does Jazz know and what doesn't he know?
He's not confused on it. I think that's his, kind of that default answer when he's got guys in front of him or whatever. Look, it turns out to be a tough play. You asked about kind of watching the fact there might have been a chance to where he could, if he gets it cleanly, he gets the tag off. It's hard to know how exactly Diaz reacts in that moment. So, once it chops like that, it's obviously going to be a tough one to turn the normal 4-6-3. So, yeah.
So when he says, I don't know the rule, and Grisham explained it, you think he did know? You think he does know the rule?
I think he knows the rule. Yes.
So Aaron goes full defense of Jazz Chisholm. Here's why I don't believe him, and here's why I don't believe you.
Why?
And I think this is my drop the hammer moment. Why do you throw to first base? Why do you throw to first base?
I don't know.
The game is over. He threw to first base.
What else are you going to do?
Kick the ball home. I don't know. No, kick the ball home. I don't know.
You got to do something.
Try to throw the ball home. I guess that would be the answer as late as it is. It's like the desperation throw from the outfield on a game-winning sac fly or game-winning hit. Like, why is he throwing to first base? It does nothing. And to me, that is the definitive proof that no matter what Boone says or what you say, and again, I come from a place where I want to defend Jazz, but I got to call it fairly. He doesn't know the rule.
I think, no, that's not true.
He said it, and then he acted as it.
There's no way. Now, here's what you throw to first base because maybe the runner going to second, I don't know, runs outside of the base path or whatever.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of why.
Because he didn't know.
I refuse to believe he didn't know the rule.
I think so you always say to the kids and you say to yourself, if you're playing baseball, what do I do if the ball's hit to me? Right? I'm stressing that with my kids too.
Yes.
Just have a plan. What do you do when the ball is hit to you?
And he told you his plan.
I agree. So I think his plan was rightfully so. If I can't get the guy at home, which is option number one, I think, you try to tag the runner. In his brain, option number two was, I'll just throw first base really quickly.
Right.
Meanwhile, that ends the game. So his plan was flawed. And the fact that he admitted it after the game, but his actions in the game showed it to you, and you can decide how mad you are about it. I'm just being fair. He didn't know the rule, and he was so honest he admitted it.
No, I don't think so. How do you not know that rule?
It's right in front of us.
I don't know.
Trent Grisham certainly didn't think he knew the rule.
Yeah, why was Trent correcting him?
I think Trent Grisham did him dirty, to be honest.
Really? He was being asked.
I think in that case, you know what, Trent, they're asking Jazz. I think you bow out. Because if Jazz was trying to, pull a ruse, you hurt the case there. If he wasn't, you make him look bad for not knowing the rule. I think Trent should have probably not spoke up there.
He's answering the question.
But it's not a question for him.
Do you think he was joking?
I don't.
Okay, I don't either. Now, here's the follow-up to that. If you just accept that we're right, Tiki, and you take the L on this, the follow-up is, does it matter? Are we really upset with Jazz Chisholm? Does he need to be off this team? Do they have to trade him before the deadline? Can they not extend him? Does this really change how we feel about Jazz Chisholm? Because he admitted in a brutal, honest moment he didn't understand a basic baseball rule.
Chisholm!
No, because I don't think, first of all, I think he knows the rule. And second of all, as you correctly stated when we first started talking about this was a near impossible play. As soon as it chops and it's, 10 feet in the air, 15 feet in the air, there's no way to get the out at home. And there's no way to turn the double play. So it is what it is. You're right. Why throw it to first base? He should have just caught it and walked off.
He threw to first base because he didn't know the rule.
No, that's not true. He should have just caught it and walked off the field.
All right. Does it cause you, Sean, as a Yankee fan who has spent many weeks and months bitching about Gleyber Torres and all the mental mistakes he makes? This is his replacement, and he's a hell of a ball player when things are going well. Does this concern you?
Does it concern me from a Jazz point of view? No. It concerns me from a Yankee point of view that every year for multiple times we have to raise the question, do the Yankees practice or understand basic fundamentals of baseball?
No, he does. Look, his problem, because I'm rewatching this now, is that he tried to tag the runner without the ball. That's why he bobbled it, because he's trying to tag the runner before he has the ball in his glove. You know what I mean? And so he initially puts his glove down, and the ball hits it, and he tries to tag the runner. And so the ball comes out, and then I guess he thought he maybe tagged him. I don't know. And he throws to first base.
Yeah, and what's funny is if you go back to Saturday's game, because this was all Saturday's loss, the biggest issue, to me,
and
one
by
of
the way,
the
it wouldn't
biggest.
have mattered because Ben Rice dropped it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true,
That is
too.
true. That is true. But it wouldn't have mattered even if he was out.
I know, but if he had tagged the runner and thrown it to first, Ben Rice drops the ball.
But the biggest issue from Saturday, and I don't know if you guys agree with me, the headline to me wasn't that, even though Jazz made it a headline by the dumb comments. It was Aaron Boone letting Randall Grichuk hit in the ninth inning of this game.
Boone had a rough weekend.
After they let something called Hunter Biggie, who was actually pitching and is a real human being, after they let Hunter Biggie intentionally walk Ben Rice because, hey, it's the Giancarlo spot and it's Randall Grichuk, for some reason, this manager, who I have defended at times, we all have, decided to let Randall Grichuk hit. And so here was my motivation late Saturday night. I need to know why. I'm obsessed. I need to know an answer. You have Paul Goldschmidt on your bench.
Right.
You have options. How is it possible that you're letting Randall Grichuk, who still doesn't have a hit as a Yankee, hit in that kind of spot when the Rays are announcing to the world, we think he sucks so much, we're going to intentionally walk whoever's in front of him to get to him? You ready to hear Aaron Boone's answer?
Yeah.
I would argue.
He's going to say he's got to get some playing time.
I would argue. Of all the answers Aaron Boone has given as manager of the New York Yankees, he's been here since 2018. That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was his worst answer. Ladies and gentlemen, the manager of the New York Yankees explaining why Randall Grichuk needed to hit on Saturday night in the ninth inning.
Is there any thought to pinch hitting Goldschmidt or Grichuk?
Yeah, fair. Yeah, definitely could have, should have, whatever, but yeah, some definite consideration.
Why ultimately did you stick with Chicago?
Just felt like, felt like it was a good spot for him too, and haven't seen him last night, so, but fair question.
He has no answer.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even being defined. He's like, yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda, I don't know, maybe.
You know why? Because he's managing like it's participation.
Ooh.
Letting everybody get a chance?
Yep. That's what when you don't have an answer, that's what you're telling us.
Yeah, but he also said, I saw him last night. Now, I want to be specific what he saw last night. Randall Grichuk the night before on Friday played. He started. He went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Hey.
Exactly. He'll hit eventually.
We all saw Randall Grichuk on Friday.
He's not that bad.
We all saw it.
He'll hit eventually.
So you saying, well, we saw him on Friday. We did see him on Friday. And what did he do?
You guys are dumb.
I mean, went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. That's your answer?
I should stick you in a locker, geek.
I mean, I thought, and the answer was coulda, woulda. I guess you're right. It was almost like he gave up. Like, I honestly have no good answer to this. So, you got me. I mean, what the hell was that?
It sounds like you bring in a guy in, you want to get value out of him, so you put him in a spot to have success, and then he lets you down, and now you have to answer for him.
Yeah, it's the same manager, Evan, that once had J.D. Davis for 2 weeks, hit cleanup a couple times, and Jahmai Jones continued to lead off, and again continued to not have answers about why.
Right.
It's participation time around Aaron Boone.
Doesn't it feel like it?
Definitely does.
Because he was bad last year, Arizona, and then he was worse when he got to Kansas City.
You seem very calm about this. It's almost like you've accepted things.
Well, it's you're 16, 15 games in.
No, that's a rational opinion, but Sean sometimes is known to have been irrational. He's been very calm.
Look, what we're finding out right now are the guys who can't play.
Exactly.
Who you can't put in these situations 50 games into the season.
Look, the Yankees are going to the playoffs. Randall Grichuk's not going to have a bat, I would hope, or a roster spot come October. They need to figure this out. I'm not happy losing games like this. I'm not happy that your bench moves allow you on Sunday, which I thought was a bigger issue, that Ryan McMahon's swinging the bat with the game on the line, even than Saturday. Aaron Boone needs to figure out the proper way to use his bench when he's given certain guys a day off and when to pull the trigger. And he just hasn't done that yet, but I'm hoping that the bench doesn't look like this come the more important game.
I figured it out.
What's that?
I figured it out. And I could tell in his answer. I know why he's looking at that at-bat very calmly, which I respect. I'm not even saying you're wrong. It is April. It's early in the season.
I mean, I'm annoyed.
He watched that game on a gummy, and he was high out of his mind.
Saturday's game?
Saturday's game was a 6:15 first pitch. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. The girls are asleep. His wife passed out because, it was a very busy Saturday.
It was a whatever moment.
And Sean Morash was cooked out of his mind. And so that's why he even said, Sunday I was more annoyed. Yeah, because you weren't cooked on Sunday.
No. Now, listen to me. If this was a West Coast game Saturday night, yeah, maybe you'd be right. I was all right. I was still at a kid's birthday party at 6 o'clock when the game started. I caught Dave for the first couple innings.
Really?
Yeah.
He did kid's birthday party at 6 o'clock?
Yeah. A
That's
little
late.
Lego birthday party.
That's late.
That's
I
late,
know.
man.
Pizza getting stuffed. It wrapped at 6:30, to be fair.
That's rough, though. For 5 and 4-year-olds?
Yeah, it was a 6-year-old's birthday. Yeah.
6-year-old birthday party. Yeah, you can't go that late. You got to go 11 a.m. That's like the sweet spot for a 6-year-old.
I don't mind it, but whatever. It was a Saturday. I got my whole day, and that was it.
All right. Well, you're calm. You're not pissed off.
Well, because I'm,
Good for you, man.
Suck it.
You're becoming Big Mac. I like it.
Can I just accept the ebbs and flows of this baseball season?
Who are you?
And reserve my true annoyances for true annoyances?
It's early.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even mad at you. I'm just marveling at it.
I'm a maturing guy who's
Okay.
a year away from 40. That's what I am.
All right. Good for you,
There
man.
you go.
I'm
Thank
proud
you.
of you. I'm not mad at you. I'm just more surprised.
I also have 10 days left before I flip out because once Jeremiah Love gets picked fifth overall, complete load in my pants, and then all attention goes to Aaron Boone.
What did he just say?
He's gonna crap himself. If
gotcha.
Jeremiah Love gets
That's
picked.
where my stress is right now,
All
Evan.
right.
So I'm trying to be very level-headed about the Yankees.
It's like there was a body metamorphosis trade.
Metamorphosis
trade between Sean Morash, the usually irrational Yankee fan, and Big Mac.
It was Chris McMonaco.
And also,
his fat ass.
With no offense, I'm going to bring this back to the
I'm
Mets
not
as I
laughing at
always
that.
do,
I feel
Evan.
bad laughing at that. I always do, though.
When I see Tommy Lugauer and Frank the Tank going back and forth, and I realize I don't want to be that with the Yankees.
Oh yeah. We got that coming for you in about 10 minutes.
Let's go Yankees.
Tommy and Frank going at it. I have grown to appreciate Tommy and Frank. For those that are not aware, Frank the Tank, of course, legendary. Became famous years ago when he was pissed off at NJ Transit when he was late for opening day. He's become a big star with Barstool. He does these videos in which he loses his mind over the Mets.
Yeah.
And I tell you, as someone who knows Frank, you too, it's genuine. Like, it's
of
not
course.
really an act. So he is the epitome of destruction when it comes to the Mets. And then you got Tommy, who's got his positive Tommy gimmick, where he's over the top positive no matter how bad things are. And in a weird way, like, none of us are truly Frank or Tommy. But there are moments where we are. And we become the extremes of society. And Frank is the extreme of one side, and Tommy is the extreme of the other side. And whenever those two commingle, it's like magic to my ears. But more on that coming up in a few minutes. Let's go to Rob in the Bronx. Good morning, Rob. Hello, Rob.
Yes, hi.
What's up, Rob?
Listen, man, I got to keep it real with you.
Yeah.
Caballero, he is not it at shortstop. And McMahon, he's definitely not it. You have the left side of the airfield. One of these guys is hitting 150. The other one is barely hitting 100.
Yep.
I know we, as Yankee fans, we haven't been happy with Volpe, but I'm pretty sure that at this point, we can't wait to have him back.
That is
And
incredible.
It's like,
Rob, you're so right, and it's incredible. It's like a face turn in professional wrestling where Anthony Volpe was the whipping boy for years. And because you've seen
only 3 years.
Well, that's years.
And really 2.
That's years.
Multiple couple of years, and half of one we have an excuse for him because he had a torn labrum.
Okay, year and a half. Yankee fans were done with him, and because of the failures on the left side of the infield, from Ryan McMahon and Caballero, who did have a big hit this week, and I don't want to ignore that, but overall has not been great at shortstop. It has led Yankees into thinking, boy, we need Volpe back, which is.
Well,
it's incredible, but that's what bad baseball can do.
He's still only 24 years old.
Yeah.
He'll be 25 this April, actually. So we know that he's still young and there's still future in front of him. But I think the reason you're pining for him in a way is because last year he hurt his shoulder early in the season. Sean even mentioned this at some point, and they never acknowledged it. Aaron Boone kept excusing his troubles away by whatever he excused it away by. And then ultimately, like, oh, yeah, he's got a torn labrum. Like, what? Of course he has a torn labrum. We could tell that forever. Why the hell didn't you guys know? And so you almost discount last year's failures by Anthony Volpe, and you say that was because of his shoulder. So I still believe that maybe he can be something more than what we are now talking about him as.
And I understand that, and I think that's a rational thought. But I think if and when Volpe comes back, if he goes back to underperforming, we're just going to be stuck here in July talking about guys on different teams.
Yeah.
That's what we'll be doing. We'll be talking about all the different, like, oh, the Giants suck. Would we absorb Matt Chapman's contract? Like, I'm just throwing that randomly out there, but you get my point. Like, that's going to be the conversation. It'll be who's here to replace those guys at third base and shortstop. Now, I'm hopeful that George Lombard Jr. can do enough in the minor leagues where you think of an internal option. And I haven't checked Lombard's numbers in a couple of days because it's also a very small sample size.
Still raking.
But he's raking.
Yeah.
Now, he is at AA, in fairness.
And that's where Volpe is set to start his
rehab
assignment on Tuesday.
Here are George Lombard Jr.'s numbers, and it's a very small sample size at AA Somerset, which is local, so you can go see him. He is 13 for 28, which is a .464 batting average, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, a 1388 OPS in 7 games. So it's small.
Yeah, 7 games.
But he's off to a great start. And he's going to force the issue, man. Because I'm telling you right now, Double A ain't that big of a jump the way it used to be. If he tears it up by mid-May, we should be talking about, is the kid ready?
All right,
why not?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's have our Chin-Ming Wang Cano year.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
2005.
So who's first back here? Volpe or
Volpe.
Or George Lombard Jr.?
Or Lombard Jr.?
They're not. Lombard Jr. is going to be different than Volpe. They're going to jam Volpe into short, and Lombard Jr. is going to be about like a third base.
Now, I don't know if you remember this, but we did have, I think this was a singular one, but I made a long-term prediction that George Lombard Jr. would be on the Yankees active roster before Anthony Volpe. So I did say that a few months ago. But to Sean's point, I'm not very confident about it because, and I think a part of why I'm not confident has more to do with how bad Caballero and McMahon's been.
Yeah.
That all Volpe's got to do is complete his rehab. It's a 20-day rehab assignment, and then they could option him if they want. I have a kind of a feeling based on how bad those guys have been, he's going to be called up after 20 days.
Yeah. Now, the real question is going to start becoming, are we fast-tracking what we said about Trent Grisham and Jason Dominguez?
That's another point. We said May 1st.
Grisham's been bad.
He's been bad.
He has been.
But guess what? He knows the rules of baseball.
That's true.
And he helped out Jazz
that's
Chisholm in a
true.
tricky spot. We'll get back to your calls in a minute. 888-808-1019, plus a war of words between two diehard Met fans. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Fanatics Sportsbook is turning up the heat, and they've introduced a new way to parlay. It's called Squad Bets, and it's available across NBA, MLB, and NHL. So here's how it works. Tap into the Fanatics Sportsbook app, build your squad from the sport you want, pick your market, points, rebounds, assists, strikeouts, goals, and finally set your target. So if you like hoops, you could pick 4 players to combine 100 points. Then you sit back like a GM and watch your squad go to work with live tracking every step of the way. And here's the difference. If one player doesn't perform, okay, no biggie, as the kids say. The rest of your squad can pick up the slack. So your bet stays alive all the way to the very end. You can track it live, cash out whenever you want, which is my play. Squad Bets, only on Fanatics Sportsbook. Parlays hit different here. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York residents, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Connecticut residents, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. It's also sponsored by Flushing Bank.
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at amazon.com/hub delivery. Life's rewarding, especially with Flushing Bank's Complete Cash Rewards program. Just open a personal or business complete checking account to get started. With 30 New York Metro locations, there's nothing easier or more rewarding. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
It's upon us. NFL draft time. A time for hope. A time for new beginnings. And time to party with the fans.
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs and have some fun.
Round 1, Thursday, April 23rd. Big Blue and Gang Green will be on the clock, and the crew is getting together for a draft night hang. Boomer, Gio, and Jerry, Evan, Tiki, and Morash, Carton, and McMonigal will all crash the FAN rooftop here in Manhattan, and you can check them out streaming live at 7:30 p.m. on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram. New York football changes that night, and it's all brought to you by FanDuel and your home for New York sports, WFAN.
As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why my biz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with my Biz plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit VerizonBusiness.com to get started today. New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes autopay and paper-free billing and promotional discounts. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge, applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers end June 30th, 2026.
If we're being honest, guys in this town, pretty confident. And hey, that's not a bad thing. But are you willing to put it to the test? California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month. Plus, get free health and genetic screenings. And more importantly, you're helping families who can't do this on their own. So if you really think you've got it, and you know who you are, put it to good use. Apply now and see if you qualify. Check out spermbank.com to learn more.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
I'm Tyler Kolek, and I got my Lincoln right here at Lincoln of Queens. Smooth ride, no hassle. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. It's the Lincoln Spring Sales Event, where you can lease a Lincoln Corsair for only $396 a month.
36-month lease requires $48.20 due at signing. Excludes tax, title, and MV fees. See dealer for details. Expires April 30th.
Lincoln of Queens, where Queens goes. Go New York, go New York, go.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day off right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way or order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participation times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
This is the Game of the Week Report, brought to you by Hyundai.
The road to the championship are in full force across the pro basketball and pro hockey leagues. From opening tip-offs to putt drops, fans can expect wall-to-wall drama, breakout performances, and the kind of edge-of-your-seat intensity that only the postseason delivers as we gear up to crown the champions of the season. The Game of the Week Report is brought to you by the new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Learn how it's so much more than just another SUV at HyundaiUSA.com.
In a world in need of a hero, one man rises to the challenge in style. He is just driving the kids to soccer practice. Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space.
Come on, guys. No cleats on the seats.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Hey, did you hear about that multi-billion-dollar Roundup settlement?
Yeah, it impacts people who are exposed to weed killers at work or at home, even if you just used it in your own yard. Lawsuits claim it causes non-Hodgkin lymphoma, a blood cancer.
But we're not sick, so that doesn't affect us.
But it does. This cancer can take 10 to 15 years to show up.
That's a long time after exposure.
It is, and that's why the settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you get sick, even years from now, you could get $6,000 to $165,000 or more as part of the settlement.
So what's the catch?
If you stay in, you give up the right to sue them later.
Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 1-888-403-8201. If you or a loved one has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, even if they've passed, you must register for benefits. That's weedkillerclass.com. 1-888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. FanDuel, play your game. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467 877-369-3669.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word BOOMER to save big at checkout. That's code word BOOMER at chefiq.com.
Looking for the lowest price on Continental tires? Go to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any Continental tire you choose. Plus, Town Fair Tire gives you the most free services for life. That's more free services than any other tire dealer. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services for life on your Continental tires, nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks, plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Your official home to talk New York sports is WFAN. Call us anytime at 888-808-1019. The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, Precision Cooking, Effortless Results, ChefIQ.com. A year ago, the Giants signing a quarterback would have been a really big story a week before the draft. Man, not so much. The Giants have now replaced Russell Wilson with their third quarterback, Brandon Allen, who follows quarterback coach Brian Callahan over from Tennessee. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Would he replace Jameis? Is that a possibility, or is he just a body that you need in training camp?
I think it's a training camp body.
All right. There you go. Giants sending a quarterback and Brandon Allen.
Yeah, they don't have a third string right now.
Yeah. He could survive in the practice squad as a third guy.
Are you going to do a podcast on it?
Well, not on that. Will it be talked about for 3 minutes on a podcast? Yes.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, we got the draft in a week and a half. And, of course, we'll be having a big draft party right here at WFN. If you want to tune in on the WFN YouTube page, everyone will be there. Craig, Big Mac, Gio, Boomer, Jerry, Sean, Tiki, me. So it should be a fun time. And who knows? There may be a Knick playoff game that night as we all await the debut of the full schedule. All we know is that the Knicks will play Atlanta, and it will start Saturday night on Amazon Prime at Madison Square Garden. So if you haven't gotten Amazon Prime, and I think most people have, they just may not access it very often, now's the time. Because you got at least one Knick playoff game exclusively on a streaming service.
And if you have a wife that enjoys ordering things but doesn't have Amazon Prime yet, you may be better off missing the playoffs.
All I can think about with this game being on Amazon Prime is Joe.
What a goddamn disgrace.
Because I don't know if he knows how to access it. I really don't. And Knicks in the playoffs, he's going to watch every game, but he doesn't know.
Peacock.
Well, luckily, it's not that. It's Amazon Prime, but I am worried. I don't know the answer. So hopefully we'll get him an answer. Now, luckily, he does his show Saturday morning, and so I'm sure people will help him out. And by Saturday night, 6 o'clock, Madison Square Garden, he'll be good to go. He'll be locked into Knicks-Hawks. So the schedule impacts that, Sean. Great question. If we're going to do a Q&A on this. I will not be going Saturday. Can't do that on a Saturday. But if they schedule Game 2 for Monday, I will strongly consider either taking Tiki or Sean to that game.
What day is this?
This would be Monday night. Next Monday, Game 2. It is a strong consideration. If it's Tuesday, I'm out. Because that's a Nolan McLean night at Citi Field. And so I'll set up the Knicks game on my screen, which will make everybody in my section very happy.
So you're taking me or Sean?
Yeah, one of you two. Yeah.
All right, Sean, you can go.
Really? You're bowing out?
I'm being Paris.
Oh, that's right.
He's in Paris with love.
I forgot about that. All right, so would you be in for that? Assuming I go. I need the I's and the T's checked.
Yeah,
you know
what I mean? Tiki, you're out on Tuesday, correct?
I don't know.
I think you're on Monday. If you're out Tuesday, I don't know how I don't go. I think it's better for the show if you and I are there together to come
That's
back to the
true.
show.
Yeah, we'll be there. So if I'm waiting for the schedule like the rest of us are. If it falls on a Monday.
Now I got to check. I don't know.
You don't know? All right. Do the Yankees play on Monday? That's a real question.
Next week, no.
Yeah, they're off. That's right. Yankees have a bunch of off days coming up. Actually, not really. They just have one.
Yeah.
They're in a chunk of games, and then once they're... Oh, wait. I stand corrected. They do play Monday.
Are you sure? I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in Boston.
No, it's Saturday. Oh, you're right. My bad. Okay, you got it. Looking at the schedule correctly now. I was looking at it wrong.
Thank you. Yeah.
Anaheim and the Royals this week, and then Monday they're off before they go to Boston, Houston, and Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Because, man, if the Yankees were playing, Tommy would have had a shot. Could have considered bringing Tommy Lugauer.
That's a shame. Know that, yeah. I mean, he's got to do a show.
He's got to do a show. All right, so it won't be him. Now, speaking of Tommy, Tommy and Frank the Tank are like the two opposites when it comes to the Met fan base.
No biggie.
Like one guy thinks it's not a problem, we'll be okay. No biggie, right? Mm-hmm. And others think it's the end of the world, which is Frank. So this has caused Frank to attack Tommy. Here's a couple of clips from this weekend where not only is Frank the Tank mad at the Mets, I don't care about that. Like, that's old news. Right. But he brings in Tommy Lugauer.
That was the big problem is you got fans that accept losing. And I'm talking about losers like Tommy Lugauer. I mean, his name right there tells you, Lugauer. He is a loser. He is going to be okay. You know, if he falls 10 games below 500, we can get back to 10 games over 500 because he's a loser. He loves losing. That's why he isn't low. He's got this spirited Doris and Regal Park in him. He loves losing.
He just compared him to Doris and Regal Park, one of the legendary callers of WFAN.
Man, that's amazing.
Here's another example of Frank deciding to not blame the Mets, but let me go after Tommy.
Tommy Lugauer, you there, it's okay, You know, you're the people that make this thing acceptable. You accept losing. You love losing. This team sucks. They're going to get their asses kicked by the Dodgers. They're going to get their teeth kicked They don't give not one heart. They take the spirit of the brain dead manager and the fight of that communist Lindor. No heart. You got rid of all this spirit with Alonso, and they're never gonna win. They're gonna lose 90 games. They suck.
Now, for those that are mad that we're playing Frank clips because it promotes negativity, I'm only playing it because he attacked our guy Tommy.
No biggie.
That's the only reason. No
Now,
biggie.
did Tommy
right?
respond?
No. Well,
come on, Tommy.
I don't think. Look, I can't say definitively no because I didn't listen to every minute of his show.
Right.
I heard a little bit of it. Tommy, great as always. Actually, when I listened to him, he was defending the Islanders.
Ugh.
We got a great future.
That's indefensible.
It was indefensible. I think he's defending them because he feels partially to blame as being like the face of Islander fandom after he was shown on the big screen.
Wait, did he guarantee it?
He may have.
He said New York City is an Islander town now.
He did say that.
Yeah.
And it may have been for a couple of weeks. I mean, it may not be wrong. Just not going to be in April.
Yeah, don't put the sugar in your coffee.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if Tommy's responded, but when Frank turns on Tommy, it's just, I don't know why. It gives me butterflies. Because otherwise, with all due respect to both guys, I don't want to hear them. Like, I'm pissed off about the Mets. I don't need over-the-top positivity. I don't need over-the-top negativity. So they both, as much as I love them, turn me off. But as soon as I hear him calling him Tommy Lugauer, he's got me back. Like, I'm back in there.
No biggie.
Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019. Matt's in Westchester. Hey, Matt.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
All's well, dude.
Good, man. What's up?
So, Evan, I kind of really respect the rationality when it comes to 15 games into the season because I don't need to tell you, people can be all over the place, especially with the Mets. I think I have 2 points I want to make. I think my biggest concern through 15 games is they don't have anymore the guy that in a 1-0 game like yesterday or Friday when it was 1-0 can really step up to the plate and hit that home run to tie the game when everybody is struggling. I think there's a severe lack of power on this team that is a really big problem. And I think also when it comes to Polanco and Semien and kind of looking at those guys, Semien wasn't brought here to be a big piece. He was brought here to be a good defender and hit seventh. And I think Polanco should be on the IL. I think he has an Achilles injury. So that's just kind of how I see it.
Yeah, I think that whether Marcus Semien was brought here to be a defensive specialist or not, the reality is he's making more money than the player he was traded for. And this offense is not good enough to carry a $25 million a year defensive specialist at second base. I'm not saying Marcus Semien's got to be the guy with 38 home runs a few years ago. He's got to be the MVP candidate, but he's got to be better than this. And he's not the only one. I'm not just blaming him. If you look up and down this lineup, and this is the big difference between the Mets of 26 and the Mets of the last few years, A lot is yet to be determined, but I will give you my feelings 15 games, 16 games into the year. I just don't know if their offense is good enough.
Yeah.
Because when you sit here and say, well, they've got a lot of players, they've got a lot of talent, if you go through each individual, and we did it briefly at the top of the show, Marcus Semien has sucked for 2 years. Jorge Polanco had a great year last year. Where was he the 3 previous years? You're relying on Brett Brady, who's still unproven. You're relying on Mark Vientos, who's unproven. Francisco Alvarez is very up and down. Like, look up and down the lineup. There's a lot of questions, and they need to score runs. And obviously, their biggest issue that has led to this losing streak and 7-9 is this limp offense.
Right. And so when you replace all the guys that you did, guys who have, and again, I hate this same statement, but I'm going to say it anyways, that know how to play in New York, have learned how to play in New York, be accountable in New York, deal with the pressure of New York, the expectation of this fan base. When you move off of those guys and bring in new guys and you expect them to be better and also be better at preventing runs, and none of that is happening, this is where frustration creeps in from a fan standpoint, because now you're saying you've sold us a false bill of goods, and there's no relief in prospects in the future. You don't know it.
See, I think that Met fans have been misguided slightly. Last week, there was a lot of blame on the defense. A lot of David Stern sold us a bag of goods. That isn't actually true. Like, their defense hasn't been a problem.
It's been their offense. Lack of it.
It gets over-talked about because people are so pissed at David Stearns and they remember the line of run prevention.
Yep.
So it's over-exaggerated and used against him. If you want to rip David Stearns, hey, I'm here for it. And I'll do it right now. Did he build an offense that's good enough? That's it. Simple question. And that's a big critique. And that may be the critique that derails them.
I think that's the bigger one.
Of course it is.
That makes you more mad.
Yes.
Because you had I don't want to say an elite off, but you had a competent offense last year. You don't right now.
And that's the fair biting critique so far. Again, it's 16 games. Can Bo Bichette go on a rampage? I hope so. Can Jorge Polanco, who doesn't look healthy right now, be the guy he was last year? I'm not confident, but I'm hopeful. Can Mark Vientos be 2024 Mark Vientos? Well, 2 weeks ago it looked like it. Last week he sucked.
Right.
I hope so. There's a lot of hope-sos. And you know one thing I've learned in sports? If you have a lot of hope-sos, you're probably going nowhere. Kenny's in Staten Island. How you doing, Kenny?
All good. What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? Good to hear from you.
Listen, talking about going to two of your team's games in the same day. And Evan, I don't know if you did this back in 2015. I went to the Jet-Washington game, 1:00 game. Then I made it out to Citi Field for the Mets, Cubs, and National League Championship Series game 2. And my teams won both games, which is kind of shocking.
Yes.
So that was a good one to go to.
That is a good one.
But listen, with this Mets team, this seems like no matter what, it's just the Mets. It's just a repeat of what we've seen the last 2 months of last season. It's rinse and repeat again, no matter who's in the lineup. And I don't see it getting any better. I really don't, Obviously, I'm pissed that Alonso's not here, that Nimmo's not here, because right now, I know Alonso's not hitting, but Alonso's going to hit in Baltimore. He'll put up the numbers. It's early. But this team here, it just doesn't seem like a Met team. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of 9 guys showing up with gloves and the manager going, all right, like a softball team, you can play this position, you play this position. It's all discombobulated.
Yeah.
It is. It's like you don't get nothing set.
I hate to say what it reminds me of, because if it turns out to be what it reminds me of, this is going to be a painful season that will involve people losing their jobs. But it kind of reminds me of the 03-04 Mets. And most people, and probably you, Tiki, as an active player, is saying, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Well, it means they changed their roster. They brought in a lot of guys with names. Robbie Alomar was a big name. Tommy Glavine was a big name. Mo Vaughn was a big name. Jeremy Burnett's coming back, big name. Roger Cedeno coming back, big name, over the course of a few years. And it did not work. And so it's not that these players don't have resumes in their career, but you can't blame a Met fan for having worry.
Right.
And it doesn't mean you're giving up 16 games in, but there's a real worry. And you heard it at the end of the game on Sunday. I didn't go to Sunday's game. I was there Friday and Saturday. When that game ended with a 4-pitch bottom of the 9th inning, which is beyond pathetic in a 1-0 game, to go down 1-2-3 on a 4-pitch inning by Joel Kuhnel, and you're sending up the heart of the batting order. I mean, honestly, well, he shut the Yankees down too. So
that's true. That's
quiet over there.
That's right.
That is as pathetic,
right,
as listless of a game-ending scenario as you'll ever see.
But it's interesting because you say it's the heart of the lineup, but is it?
Well, it's technically the heart of the lineup.
I mean,
it's 2, 3,
by
4.
number it is, but not by production.
No, it's Jorge Polanco, Mark Vientos, and Bo Bichette. And you're right. Like, how good are those players? But the boos that you heard, and I don't think that's toxic. Like, I'm not going to lecture Met fans not to boo. I wouldn't do it. I'd get the hell out of the building like I did all weekend.
Boo.
But I get it.
Boo. You got to be booed sometimes. Isn't it?
Do not boo.
You're going to get held accountable by the fan base. That is a certainty in New York. And then the media is going to follow suit, and we're going to follow suit. And until you turn it around, you're going to get booed.
And that's the beauty of this town, and it goes for the Yankees and the Mets.
You can boo all you want.
Yes, we're tough. Yeah, we're rough, and sometimes it feels unfair. But we're also the best. We're also better than all those two-bit cities that don't boo. And this is where I'll put my arm around Philadelphia and Boston. We're all the same in this regard. Yeah, it's mean. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, it's irrational. But there's no better cities to win in.
Well, you're paid to perform. And when you don't perform, it's like going to a terrible Broadway show. Are you going to stand up and clap? Or are you going to be like, you guys stunk?
You're going to boo.
You're going to boo. Like, if it's garbage, you're going to boo.
And you know what the Met fan also did this weekend? And I'm not sure if you're that aware of it or how many people really felt it. So I was there Friday and Saturday. Jeff McNeil was treated like a cult hero. And that is amazing considering most people, myself included, wanted his ass traded for 2 years straight.
Yeah, but just because you wanted to get rid of him doesn't mean you didn't appreciate him.
And I appreciate that Met fans appreciated him.
Yeah.
And I think he deserved it. Like, I gave him a golf clap. I didn't stand up. I didn't go crazy.
Tribute video?
There was a beautiful tribute video, yes.
Love it.
But as the series went on, it felt like the cheers were getting louder. And you want to know why? And I hope David Stearns... Yeah, I think David Stearns better hear this. And that doesn't mean that Met fans are mad specifically about that trade or this trade or this trade. Met fans are pissed about what you did. And they showed it by not only booing everyone off the field Sunday, I think they showed it by cheering Jeff McNeil. And that's not them saying, hey, we shouldn't have traded him. It was more, this is what you did.
That's interesting.
This is on you. You decided to take this team apart. And maybe it will be proven correct. We have a long way to go. But as of now, at 7-9, we're mad at you. And the only way we can show we're mad at you is by giving a rousing ovation to a guy that you discarded for a teenager. Now, am I thinking too much, or is that a valid reason for why Jeff McNeil got a much stronger ovation than even I expected?
I mean, it makes sense why. I mean, first of all, Jeff McNeil he had a couple of really great years here.
Yeah, won a batting title.
Won a batting title. He was a heart of what this team was all about. But ultimately, it was time to go. But that doesn't mean we hate you. We want nothing to do with you. It's time for you to go. Like, go. Good luck someplace else, but it doesn't work here anymore. We appreciate you. And that's what it felt like. That's what it feels like when you talk about Jeff McNeil.
And to the surprise of nobody, he shoved it down our throats.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
He also, on Friday, basically made it clear there was a locker room issue with him and Francisco Lindor.
I didn't hear that. I mean, I heard his interview, and basically...
You didn't pick up on that?
Pull the clip.
Okay.
We'll analyze that coming up in a few minutes. I listened to it, and it did not jump out at me. And that could just be me driving to the game on Friday and not really registering it. But I trust your brain. So coming up in a few minutes, we'll listen to that. Let's go to Mark in Brooklyn. Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I was thinking about something when I was listening to the morning show today that occurred to me, and I wanted to ask you guys.
Good.
I think it's interesting to compare two guys, two different sports, Francisco Lindor and Karl Anthony Towns. Of course, not apples to apples, but kind of lower tier superstars. I think you would agree at their own sports. And I think it's just interesting at like the different. This is not to call out Gio. I love Gio.
Right.
But I heard like Gio obviously had his famous Carl Katz loser rant, and then this morning Boomer kind of basically alluded that Lindor and some other guys don't have the drive to win as much. And Gio kind of hit back on that. And I'm thinking, like, after all the inconsistency we've seen with Lindor, after everything we've seen with Lindor, and especially in comparing him, I think, to Karl Anthony Towns, who played in the conference finals 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Lindor did that once on a team that found magic in the bottle. It is just surprising to me, as a Yankee fan, I'll admit, the free passes that Lindor continues to get, because he was kind of like, he was the John Lester of the Cubs, the first guy to kind of go there to start, their rejuvenation. I get that, and I think that gives you a little more respect. But it is just interesting to me how you look at the stats and you just look at the consistent inconsistencies, the months where, he'll go a month every season being the worst hitter. You know it better than I do. And I just find it fascinating how I do think they're two kind of comparable people at different sports. And I just think the media coverage, the perception of them is very different.
That's
that's
a really interesting point. It's fascinating. And here, I'll try to answer it this way. Gio is really the perfect person to ask because he's a big Met fan and a Knick fan, so he's got love for both sides. You could ask Tommy Lugauer the same question. I obviously, you know my feelings towards the Knicks.
You hate one of them.
But I will give you as honest an answer as I can because I think, as a cross-sport comp, it's not terrible. Like, they're both really good players who are just not the best, right?
Right.
They both were acquired by a New York team. I think he hit on one of it. Lindor was first. Lindor was about the new foundation of the new Mets in 2021. It was the first major move that Steve Cohen made. Karl Anthony Towns joined a good team. Karl Anthony Towns came here and joined Jalen Brunson and joined a roster that was having success. And so naturally, Cat was facing the last piece of the puzzle test as opposed to you're the first piece. But here's my second point on why I think Lindor gets a quote-unquote pass. I, as a Met fan, have emotional moments that Lindor supplied for me. The grand slam against the Phillies, the home run against Atlanta, even the home run against Toronto. Name the ones Cat did for you. Yeah. And there's your difference.
Right.
And so I don't think it's a free pass. I don't think it's
regular
anyone
season notwithstanding, because that's what it is. It's moments in the postseason that are leading towards something big. What has Cat done?
What is that moment that emotionally registers?
And he's had good games. It's just
he's had great games,
but it hasn't been that moment. Now I hear what you're saying. You're right about that.
I think Lindor earned a lot of his love and lack of blame from what happened in 2024. And our last caller can call it pixie dust all he wants. That pixie dust was created by a guy who had an MVP run over the final 2 months of the season. Let's not ignore that. Between the big hits and the production, he was in the MVP discussion. So I like that. I think it's a fascinating cross-sport comp of two guys that came here. But I think that's the difference. Not that I can answer for Gio or Tommy or any of the other really good Knick and Met fans, but as I try to be an IBO, to me, that's the difference. Now, Sean, you hate both teams, so maybe you offer a unique perspective.
Honestly, I think that's a crazy comp to talk about those two. I think ultimately both guys have just been letdowns, and it doesn't mean they aren't winners. You know what I mean? Like the book is not closed on Lindor or Cat, but I think when guys aren't homegrown here and they come in and they're getting paid a ton of money and you then add a high expectations, I think that both are going to have that ire. I think to me, though, if I'm picking one to be the better winner, for me, it's still Lindor.
Yeah, and it's probably because of what I said, right? He's had those moments.
He's had the moments, the clutch moments.
Like Lindor, when he hit that home run against Atlanta and we were doing the live watch party, I think I said it at one point. I was like, he is now a Met.
Yeah, or even when he broke up the no-hitter with the home run versus Toronto that day. Like, he's just had, Cat doesn't have those.
And maybe he'll get them in a few weeks. Like, that's the beauty. The story is unwritten. Who did that? Natasha Bedingfield? No.
What?
Oh, yes. The best is yet unwritten. Yeah, I think you're right.
Who did Unwritten?
I think you're right.
Am I right? Oh, man. I am a music czar. I don't even know who Natasha Bedingfield is. I thought I made up the name.
Different. Yeah, Natasha Bedingfield. You're right.
Holy
I had no idea what you were talking about.
That's the song that Sydney Sweeney sings in that movie.
That's right. That's right.
The best is still unwritten.
Well, I was close enough.
Yeah.
Give me the edge on that.
Right.
I will come back. We'll make some more of your calls at 888-808-1019. We'll listen to what Sean said, the clip that Jeff McNeil said that proved there were issues between him and Lindor. Plus, with the Knicks, they have an opponent. But shouldn't we have a big issue with something the Knicks did last night? We'll break it down coming up right here on The Fan.
Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever. During the Spring Refresh Sale, save up to 30% off windows and door projects. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This
is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
San Antonio Spurs pulled maybe the most insane move of the 82-game regular season, not playing Victor Wembanyama in last night's season finale against the Denver Nuggets. If the Spurs had won that game, Denver would have been the 4 seed and on the other side of the bracket. Now, if San Antonio wants to get to the NBA Finals, it will likely have to take on Denver in round 2 and Oklahoma City in the conference final. I hated it for the Spurs. I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Whenever water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup and restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Cloudy and breezy, high 77.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
Mercedes-Benz of Edison has done it again. Named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Not just in New Jersey, but the entire United States. An honor earned through an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction. Expect exceptional service, an unmatched selection, and luxury experience you won't find anywhere else. At Mercedes-Benz of Edison, you don't just drive away, you become family. Experience it for yourself at Mercedes-Benz of Edison or visit RayCatinaEdison.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber with a special message for New York businesses looking to diversify your income. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. When you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. There's no upfront cost, no delivery experience, and no long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
So I'm watching Evander Holyfield in this Terra Origin creatine commercial, right? Dude looks like he's ready to go 12 rounds tonight, and he's in his 60s. Meanwhile, you tweaked your back getting off the couch. So I checked out Terra Origin's creatine. It looks like a clean, no-nonsense formula. Just strength, endurance, and go. They also have these easy-to-use on-the-go stick packets, so whether you're hitting the gym, chasing your kids around, or yelling at the refs on Sunday, show up ready. Terra Origin creatine is game-changing. Check them out now at TerraOrigin.com and save 20% off your first order with free shipping.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
Penalty kick.
out of the park!
From way downtown for a
Beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go teams!
The fight against lymphoma, leukemia, and myeloma calls for the experience and skill of world-renowned experts. As New Jersey's only nationally ranked cancer program by U.S. News and World Report, John Thurr Cancer Center at Hackensack and Jersey Shore University Medical Centers offer innovative treatments close to home. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Donato, and I lead the stem cell transplantation and cellular therapy teams in Hackensack and Neptune. We're proud to be pioneers in our field and the most experienced team in the region, having performed over 8,000 stem cell transplants. We were the first accredited center in New Jersey to offer CAR T-cell therapy, a revolutionary treatment that harnesses the power of your own immune system to recognize and destroy cancer cells. This is more than advanced care. It's personalized, life-saving treatment from distinguished experts at New Jersey's best cancer program. Call 833-CANCER-MD to schedule an appointment. That's 833-CANCER-MD.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
The deadline for filing taxes is now. Don't miss this chance to donate your car to Cars for Kids for a 2026 tax deduction. Go to carsforkids.org today. That's cars with a K.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Atlanta Hawks wanted to play the New York Knicks. Congratulations. They got what they wanted. I don't think they're going to like what they got, but they made that choice by the decisions they made sitting their regulars yesterday. And so we get a very unorthodox rematch of 2021 in which literally, and I was going through the rosters, there's very few people left. In fact, I counted 2 guys left from the Knicks-Hawk series, including 2 completely different head coaches. On Atlanta's side, now their starting center, the guy who's been slapped around by Karl Anthony Towns, Kungwa, was on the team. He was a rookie, I think, that year, but he only played like 5 minutes a night and did not play a lot in the postseason.
Right, that doesn't count.
And the other one was Mitchell Robinson, who didn't play in the series because he was hurt.
Right. Wow.
That's it. And it wasn't that long ago.
It doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
It was only 5 years ago. So it's a rematch, but not really.
How many Trae Young chants are we getting?
You know, I'm not a big fan of the F. Trae Young chant.
I don't either.
But because it's the Hawks and you're not going to chant F. Alexander Walker or F. Dyson Daniels or F. CJ, like there's no one on Atlanta that you hate as of now. F. Jalen Johnson.
It doesn't even sound right.
And until they start this series, there isn't a familiarity with a lot of the guys. So, I don't know. Chanting F. Trae Young is like chanting F. Reggie Miller when you're playing the Pacers. I think I'm okay with it.
Well, that's because Reggie's mostly there.
That's true.
Calling the damn game.
That's true.
Trae Young with a biased bend to it.
So it's not okay for Knick fans to chant F.
Well, he's
Trae?
not in the arena.
Okay.
I think Reggie Miller is sometimes in the arena.
They're going to chant it anyway. They would have chanted it if they were playing the Celtics.
That's true. Well, what do you want them to do? You want to go aggressive and start chanting F Boston? Like you're almost preparing for the second round?
We want Boston.
There's a jinx attached to that.
Yeah, that's true. You can't go that route.
I think you just say F them. Like, or
you
screw
there's
them.
still a jinx to that?
It seems like every fan base that chants we want blank gets blank and then gets beaten by blank.
How about let's go Knicks?
You go with that. Or Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson.
Why do we always need to invent new cheers? Why can't we just root for our teams?
Oh, you're right. And then we also don't need to chant F at people like there are kids in the stands. Saturday night at Madison Square Garden, we don't need the F chants going on.
They've all heard it.
Yeah, it's true. I have an issue with this. And look, you can call me a hater all you want. I've said this every year, like 4 years in a row. It's like a tradition the Monday after the NBA season ends. And that is, it's a disgrace that Mikal Bridges starts a game and plays like 9 seconds.
Mikal Bridges, it's time to step up.
Like, I don't like it. I think it's fugazi. And so yesterday, and I appreciate this because I think Mike Breen listens to the show. And so Mike Breen preemptively decided, I'm going to take this into my own hands. I know that dopey Evan's going to go on a soapbox. So let me preemptively defend Mikal Bridges after he committed a foul 23 seconds into the game. Actually, I think it was Deuce McBride who committed the foul.
Okay.
And Mikal took himself out. So here's Mike Breen basically saying, this is no biggie.
Mikal Bridges' streak continues. Now, he only played, I think it was it 6 seconds last year? Well, it's 23 seconds this year as he continues his streak. And Clyde, some people get annoyed by that, saying, oh, it's not legitimate. It is absolutely legitimate, as Alvarado comes up with a steal, because he would go out and play 35 minutes tonight. He was ready to play. He's always ready to play and deserves to have this because clearly they don't want him getting hurt in a meaningless game.
Right, it's the circumstances.
Okay.
So he's earned it.
Okay, well, then the circumstances mean the streak's over.
Don't want to get hurt in meaningless games, so they're going to play 30 seconds of him and then sit him down.
That's what that.
How about you just don't play him?
Because then the streak would be gone.
Who cares about the streak?
Well, Mikal Bridges does.
Obviously.
And I love Clyde and I love Mike Breen. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if it's meaningless, then, like Tiki said, end the streak. Just end it then. And if the streak matters, play 10 minutes. I call on Adam Silver to create a new rule. It's like the official game in baseball. If you don't play 10 minutes, it doesn't count.
Right. They already did this with the awards.
Yeah, 65 games, which I think is a stupid rule, by the way, but whatever.
I mean, it is stupid, but they did it.
Yeah.
Because too many guys were missing more than whatever it was, 17 games. So it's just, it makes sense to just make it an official participation is maybe 5 minutes. 10 minutes is kind of, I mean, that's.
I mean, it's 10 minutes, bro.
I know, but that's.
What am I asking for?
I don't know. It's
what? It's less than 25% of the game. Like, what are we talking about? That's too much?
Yeah. Maybe like 7.
Oh, okay. Whatever it is, it really can't be 23 seconds.
Yeah.
And I understand Breen's point that the game is meaningless and they don't want to get him hurt and a lot of teams were benching their regulars. Then it's not a streak, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I respect that Mikal Bridges plays every game.
Yeah, 10 minutes. That's 20%.
Okay, so 10 minutes. That's what I said.
Right.
I did the
I
proper
had to
math.
do some math.
All right.
Okay.
Victor Wembanyama's good at math. So am I. For those that know. It's just ridiculous that we do this. And he's done it every year. And he stands there in front of his locker like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's dumb. And Knicks fans don't care, and I respect that. I cared about it as a Net fan. I thought it was dumb then, too. So I think it's stupid. So it's a fugazi streak. And truthfully, Mikal, and he knows this, if he doesn't play well in the playoffs, he's going to get lambasted by Knicks fans. But the truth is, Karl Anthony Towns takes a lot more heat than Mikal Bridges. It's amazing. Those two acquisitions with the ballyhoo deals that they made.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mikal was for draft picks, so it's hypotheticals. Cat was for a popular player in Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle. And I guess Cat comes with more hype around him.
Yeah.
But it is amazing how Cat takes, we were just talking about him before in comp to Lindor, he takes so much more heat than even Mikal Bridges.
But it's because of, but what they gave up. DiVincenzo became a fan favorite. Julius Randle was Julius Randle. You changed the core of the team for him.
Yeah.
You didn't change any core to get Mikal Bridges. You just traded picks.
I get you. It's hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Like they're not real human beings yet. And even when they become humans, you may not even be attached to them.
I think the other side with Cat is that he has so much potential. He is a really good three-point shooting big man, but he's also making $55 million.
Yeah.
And so you can't help but put all of that together and say, well, we expect a lot more from what you're giving us. Now, it's not really his fault because we've talked about this multiple times. He's not a creator. He's not dribbling making shots off the dribble. So it's like he's dependent on other people getting him in position to make shots. So he gets slack. Some of it is deserved. Some of it's not, to be honest with you.
Now, earlier, Sean Morash made the claim that while listening to McNeil at his I'm back in New York press conference, or really gaggle in the A's dugout before the game on Friday. Sean interpreted something McNeil said as McNeil confirming there were issues in the locker room. Now, I listened to the same gaggle. That did not jump out at me. But, listen, you got to trust 4 ears more than 2 ears. So, present your case, Sean Morash.
All right. I'm just going to present that by playing the audio. And then we can debate. And also, Tiki's really good at read between the lines. So here we go.
Let's go.
Jeff, there was a report that you and Francisco got into a fight. And do you think your relationship with him had any role in that moving me?
When was that, or like which?
My paper, the Post, that you in Philadelphia, you and him got into a fight.
No, we didn't get into a fight. It was just we just had a little argument. It was no big deal.
So you don't think that your relationship with him led to them trading you?
No, absolutely not. No.
How would you characterize your relationship with Lindor?
We were teammates. I think he's a great guy and good person, and I enjoyed my time playing with him, and I wish him all the best, and he's a great baseball player, one of the best shortstops to ever do it. So best of luck to him in the rest of his career, and it's been fun playing with him.
So what I take from that is that what we already knew, which is they were never close and they're not friends.
Yeah, but they did get in a fight.
Yeah, and he said it was not a big deal.
Hold on, no. Listen to the beginning.
Go ahead.
Which was that?
Because he got into a lot of them.
And he had to be retold which time. And then, that one was just a little whatever. And then his first answer after breathing to think about
That's a good
what
point.
he's going to say in the follow-up, his first answer is, we were teammates.
Yeah.
Because
but like with the...
Yeah, how it is. We had to get through.
But I think there are two different things here. Number one, were they friends? No. And I think that was obvious. Like, once they had that fight back in 2021, the rat-raccoon thing, or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, did we ever find out what the fight was about?
I think it was a baseball play. Something about covering up the middle. Or a pop-up. It was something.
That was recent. That was last
No, that
year.
was the one in... I think both of them probably were baseball-related.
Really?
Yeah, I think
You're
so.
getting into a fight that maybe is physical because of a baseball play?
Yeah, I think both of those fights were all baseball-related.
Didn't it have to do with buying the car?
No.
That was after the fact.
That was after the fact. I'm losing track of all the stupid things we talked about.
Okay, just don't throw fake stuff out there.
Right.
Come on.
The buying the car was supposed to be the makeup by Lindor.
No, it was...
It was the batting
He
title.
said, if you win the batting title, I'll buy you a car.
Yeah.
He didn't do it for a while, so we, of course, made a big deal of it. Like, where's the car? Where's the car? There's no reported incident about a car. The fight in 2021, and you could find the details on it. I think it was baseball-related, and Lindor apparently choked him in the kind of runway leading to the locker room, which led... Yeah, it was really bad.
Why are you choking somebody over a baseball play?
I can't get into that, but that was also their first year as teammates, so who knows? Maybe Lindor wasn't used to somebody being such a pain in the ass like McNeil. So they have that fight in 21. There was the Post report that they had a fight last year. No one's denying that they weren't friends.
Well, the car. So what you're saying is the car thing never happened, or just added to the tension.
No, there's no reports about the car thing being a factor. That's an invented thing we all talked about.
But it happened.
That he promised to buy him a car,
and it didn't
eventually
happen.
No, he eventually bought him a car. Yeah,
but it took a while to get the car bought.
Yes, but there's no reported incident that the car caused any of this.
All I'm saying
I'm not saying it didn't happen, but there's no report. The only reports we're judging, and this is what McNeil was clarifying.
Is so confusing.
Yeah.
And pointless and childish.
Well, hold on.
And utterly stupid.
You know who made it confusing? Sean, by bringing up the car. The car's irrelevant.
We're talking about their history.
I'm not even talking about the car. I'm just talking about all of it.
Yeah, they didn't like each other.
Who cares?
I agree. He's saying it proves there was an issue in the locker room.
But there was.
We already knew they didn't like each other.
There was.
Yeah,
But there was.
But you say it like it's a broader issue in the locker room. That has nothing to do with Pete Alonso or Edwin Diaz or Brandon Nimmo or politics.
Evan, if Francisco Lindor is your de facto leader, damn near the captain, not, but close, and the guy who was the forward face of the team last couple of years, and there is a former batting title champion who is a important cog, are fighting, then there's an issue in the locker room.
But we already knew that. Like, you're making it out like Jeff McNeil revealed more. He revealed what we knew, which is that those two players specifically, no one else, did not like each other.
All right, let's just... I'm going to
And by the way, we knew that prior to last year. They could have traded him 2 years ago if they wanted to get rid of him because of the fight, which many of us supported.
This is not like a I'm right, you're right thing. All I said was coming out of this weekend, it felt like when you listen to McNeil, he gave you that final stamp of there were definitely issues. You told me no. I play the audio. I don't know how you hear that where he goes, yeah, I mean, we were teammates, talks about the which one. I don't know how you hear that any other way then.
No, I hear
He's
it.
clearly just reconfirming what some still don't want to believe.
No, we all knew McNeil and Lindor didn't like each other. He's reconfirming that those two players did not have a great relationship.
So what makes you think that that's not an issue in the locker room when McNeil's two best friends are gone with him this offseason?
Because I don't think that has anything to do with his two best friends. Like, that has nothing to do
So
with
it's all coincidence. The guys that were tied to McNeil in that room are all not back in the same offseason.
Oh, yeah.
All one giant coinky-dink.
That's a coincidence hard to believe in.
Yeah, but it's not a coincidence because it's all baseball related. Like, they never loved Pete as a player. They could have decided not to bring him back a year ago. They brought him back on a team-friendly short-term deal. I don't think it has anything to do with that.
All three go, same offseason, and nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it all has to do with individual baseball decisions. I can break it down and bore you with it, but
I would love to live in the
You can't
La La
even
Land.
entertain that that's a possibility.
I think everything's a possibility, but I don't
That's
buy.
all I'm asking. That's all Sean is saying.
I don't buy the fan fiction of Lindor got everybody traded. It's not enough evidence to support that.
I don't think it's Lindor.
Okay.
Lindor doesn't have the power to say, hey, David Stearns, get rid of these guys or we're going to have an issue. I think it's David Stearns looking at the dynamic and saying, all right, Francisco Lindor is here for another 8 years.
Right.
These other guys are marginal pieces for us right now and probably not in the future. Let's move off from. I got to make a decision because something's not right.
No,
This core hasn't worked. We haven't gotten where we needed to be, despite the surprise run to the NLCS a couple of years ago. This isn't going to work. I got to do something, and Lindor's going to stay, and the conflict to Lindor is going to go.
Yeah, but what I don't understand about the conflict to Lindor, and I called for this for 3 years. I think a lot of Met fans did, despite our warm reaction to McNeil was. Once we knew, and we've known for years that those two didn't get along because that fight in 2021 has been well publicized.
Yeah.
Why didn't they trade him 3 years ago or 2 years ago?
Because he was still useful.
I don't think he was as useful as you're describing. Well, you know what I mean? Like, they could have moved on from him if the issue between those two players, especially.
But then you got to replace him with a better player.
There was always options that made a lot of sense. I disagree with you. From a baseball standpoint, we talked about this for 2 years. They had so many young middle infielders that they could have gone to.
Mm-hmm.
And what also surprises me about that, if the McNeil-Lindor relationship was that bad, they were a double play combination.
Right.
That matters a hell of a lot
lot
more.
less last year because he played so much in the outfield.
But that wasn't their plan.
True.
Like, their plan was he was going to be the second baseman. If you think the shortstop and the second baseman have this horrible relationship, I think it would be almost stupid to keep that guy around in Jeff McNeil's case. And they did. So I know that they've already disliked each other. I guess my point to you, Sean, and we can end it on this. You're right, I'm right. It doesn't matter.
All right.
I don't think I learned anything from that. It was just, yeah, they don't like each other. Okay. And to me, it doesn't relate to all the other players. Speaking of the other players, I'm wearing an L because Edwin Diaz is a Dodger, and I made an offhanded comment a few months ago that he was going to re-sign with the New York Mets. I do have a slight arbitration protest around me wearing the L today.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
What if I told you Edwin Diaz is unavailable for tonight's game?
Ooh.
Now, I don't know for sure. Here's what I do know. 2 days ago, Dave Roberts expressed some concerns that Edwin Diaz's velocity is way down. And so the Dodgers' approach to this is not to put him on the IL or anything like that. They're giving him a couple of days. So he was unavailable to pitch the last few days. I do not know for sure if his return is tonight or if today includes the few days of shutting Edwin Diaz down. So, yeah.
Yeah, just to be safe, you're going to keep wearing it.
Okay. Just want to point that out.
I also don't understand why you wouldn't. You still said that Diaz would be a Met by the end of the show.
That's true. I guess it has nothing to do with
Because this has nothing to do with anything. He could be on the IL right now. You'd still be wearing it.
Maybe that was just my excuse to bring that up to people, in case you weren't aware.
Yeah.
Edwin Diaz's velocity is down. I'm just saying. And what does it mean? I don't know.
Thank God we signed Devin Wood.
I didn't say that. I didn't say any of that. I promise you. Let's go to Michael in New York. What's up, Michael?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks, man.
I don't really have a question. I got like a statement with the Mets. I'm trying to bring some optimism here. I don't think this team can really be this bad. You know, and it's a small sample size. When we were 4-1 and 7-4, I mean, we were all smiling. And 5 games later, everybody wants to sell off half the team. They want to fire Mendoza. Historically, I don't know what it is with the Mets. I'm in my 60s. I've loved the Mets for many years. But historically, this team has been like a Jenga. When one thing goes wrong with them early, it seems like a number of things goes wrong. Weaver starts pitching bad. Lindor's cold. Bichette's not hitting. Historically, they've been like this. I refuse to believe that they're this bad. I'm expecting them to rebound.
But I guess the follow-up is, what is this bad? Like, they've lost 5 in a row. They're going to win another game.
Yeah.
They're not that bad. They're 7-9. Are they a sub-500 team? Probably not. So when you say this bad, I guess the question is, all right, well, what are they? And you know what the reality of the Mets is? And I don't know what this season's going to turn into.
I think it's the reality of a lot of teams in Major League Baseball, save for the Dodgers. You're going to go through some streaky points.
Well, every team's going to go through streaky points, including the LA Dodgers. The difference is, where does this end up? And I don't know. And I don't think Met fans can confidently tell you where things are going to end up. But I want to prove a point right now that is indisputable. And I apologize if I'm stealing Big Mac's gimmick by becoming the new shill around here.
Suck it!
How many wins are the Mets going to have this year? The answer is none of us know. We have no idea. If I told you they won 78 games, you wouldn't even be that surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sean.
Okay.
You know, Tiki knows, I know, we all know.
91.
The New York Yankees are winning over 90 games, correct?
Correct. Might be 89, but correct.
Okay.
Well, what did I say? I said 95.
I think you said 95. I said 95 as well.
I think I had the Mets at 92, 91.
And hopefully you're right.
Yeah, something like that.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is why Brian Cashman is a lot better than anybody gives him credit for.
I think we're pretty good.
Because you sat here, Sean, on these radio stations saying, well, it's easy. Give me $300 million. It's easy. Oh, is it easy? How'd the Mets look? Did the Mets make the playoffs last year?
No, I
How'd
agree.
they do 2 years ago? So I'll ask you again, and I'll stop cutting you off, I promise. Is it really that easy?
I think we're pretty good.
I think that the Mets' failures are not an indictment on Brian Cashman. It just shows you how bad you can fail. Doesn't make Brian Cashman very good at his job.
I think it does make Brian Cashman really good at his job.
Okay.
It shows you that winning 90-plus games every year, and I'm not saying it's acceptable enough, but I just want to point out it is not as easy as the way you guys describe it.
Okay. And the year he didn't have Aaron Judge, they flailed out and missed the playoffs.
And how many wins did they have that year?
Forgot.
Okay. Did they finish under 500?
Oh, so that's our basis?
No. The 1 year. And by the way, who drafted Aaron Judge?
Okay, who almost lost him to San Francisco till the owner called from Italy.
Almost lost
till the
him.
owner signed him. The owner.
Almost lost. Okay.
The GM said, see you to San Francisco. The owner from Italy had to get on the phone and stop it. So please, let's not rewrite history.
I'll tell you.
That's a good
I
point.
think we're pretty good.
Yeah, you can't deny that.
That's a terrible point.
No, it is a true point.
Brian
the GM
Cashman
said,
was
see you
letting
later.
him walk.
Come on. First of all, I don't believe that for a second.
Oh, you don't believe it.
And
okay.
second of all, let's say
Why don't you believe it?
Because it doesn't fit his narrative.
To your argument?
No, because they didn't lose him. I don't believe in almost and could have beens and whatever's.
He was gone. The owner called from a yacht.
George Steinbrenner let Bernie go to Boston. Okay. What the hell does that mean? Did he end up keeping him?
They did end up keeping him, but you can't put that on Brian Cashman's record when we know it was the owner.
I will put every single thing on his record that's on his record. You want to know why? Because it's his record. It is.
Yeah, but that's a little. That's not twisting it, man.
Why? He drafted him and kept him.
The point is, Aaron Judge has somehow, and this goes to why he really is the
You're
MVP.
forgetting the fact, Evan, that he embarrassed him on opening day that year.
Doesn't matter. Did he lose him?
And the owner stepped in and said, I can't have the GM do this. And the owner kept him from Italy.
So you are going to basically take everything that the Yankees do every year.
No, we're just talking about Aaron Judge. We're only talking about Aaron Judge.
My point was, Evan, the team is so Aaron Judge reliant despite their payroll that when they lost him, they didn't make the playoffs. And you said who drafted him. My point was, who wanted him to walk?
Let me entertain this. Let me entertain Brian Cashman wanting him to walk, okay? How do you do replacing Juan Soto? Did Brian Cashman do okay?
Okay, they took 2 steps backwards in the postseason.
They won how many games that year?
Last year?
They had the most wins in the American League.
Okay, did they get ousted in the divisional round after making a World Series?
But, Sean, I'm comparing this to the ups and downs of other teams that spend $300 million, including the Mets. That's my point to you. Whether you like it or not, and clearly you don't, the Mets' failures are a reminder every year that what the Yankees do, you may not find it acceptable enough, I get it, your bar is high, is a pretty damn good accomplishment.
I find that such an
not.
asinine. So
How
because
is it asinine?
the Mets are failing beyond belief with their payroll, that should remind Yankee fans that they have a go at Brian Cashman? No, it should remind Met fans that that's how pathetic they are, that they can't even get to the bar that Brian Cashman has set, despite not being great at his job.
Other than the Dodgers, who are the gold standard team.
Yes, because they spend a ton of money.
Yeah, there's other teams that spend a lot of money. Are they guaranteed to win every year?
No, the Yankees aren't either.
But they
Aaron
are.
Judge clouds it all.
No, hold on. They win 90-plus games every single season.
I don't even know what the point is.
I don't. The point is,
I've lost this point.
The point is
because
the
you're
Mets are
saying-
so bad that we can't just say, Brian Cashman stinks it up because no matter what, he'll never be as bad as the Mets look now.
No, I'll explain it to you, T. The point I've been trying to make, that got clouded by Sean yelling at me.
That's because you made an incorrect point about Aaron Judge being here because of Brian Cashman.
Nah, because he tried to cloud it by he almost lost Aaron Judge as a knock on him. Yeah, but he didn't, so who cares? He is the GM of the New York. I want to get back to the point because you're asking me.
All right.
The point I was trying to make, maybe unsuccessfully, based on your guys' reaction, is that just because you have a lot of money, which the Mets do, does not guarantee success, which is a reminder that what Brian Cashman does every year and what the Yankees do every year is a lot more impressive than people give him credit for. That's it. That's my point. That's it. You don't have to like it. I know. Now I'm the new Yankee shill.
Welcome to hell!
I apologize, Big Mac.
It was Chris McMonaco.
I think what you're...
His fat ass.
I just can't help but laugh at that. I don't know why.
I disarm you every time with that.
I think the reality is spending money and spending money wisely are two different things.
Yeah, the Yankees do it. I mean, even if it's unwise, like Ryan McMahon, they still find a way to win every year.
And that's partly because of Aaron Judge, but it's also because of Giancarlo Stanton.
Guys are something else.
It's just they have a core that's really good.
You guys are something else.
I'm just telling you.
You're something else.
I'm not something
You've denied that the Mets had a locker room issue and then acted as if the owner didn't call for middle of the Aaron Judge.
No,
You're having a banner hour, pal.
I denied that Jeff McNeil told us anything new. He doesn't like Lindor. Lindor and McNeil didn't get along. And it probably has nothing to do with their wives or politics. It has to do with the fact that they fought about baseball all the time. Which, in a way, I like, because it means they care.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you.
Think about it
No,
that
you're not
way.
wrong. But it's also, I don't know. You're talking baseball.
Yeah.
Like, chill out.
Chill out, man. We'll get back to your calls coming up. 888-808-1019, the toll-free number. Plus, the NBC MLB song. They debuted it like they have with the NBC NFL Sunday song. We'll rank how good we think it actually is, or if it sucks. Plus, Sean's got a Cinco de Luncho. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free and home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free and home consultation today.
HSS is ranked number 1 in orthopedics for 16 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. When you choose HSS, you're receiving the best orthopedic care you can get, from diagnosis and treatment to physical therapy and recovery. HSS physicians care for over 30 professional sports teams, colleges, and organizations. So whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, HSS is here for you. With locations across the tri-state area. Learn more at hss.edu.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Bet365. It's also sponsored by Flushing Bank.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
Life's rewarding, especially with Flushing Bank's Complete Cash Rewards program. Just open a personal or business complete checking account to get started. With 30 New York Metro locations, there's nothing easier or more rewarding. Visit FlushingBank.com today. Member FDIC.
I'm Tyler Kolek, and I got my Lincoln right here at Lincoln of Queens. Smooth ride, no hassle. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. It's the Lincoln Spring Sales Event, where you can lease a Lincoln Corsair for only $396 a month.
36-month lease requires 4820 due-it signing. Excludes tax, title, and MV fees. See dealer for details. Expires April 30th.
Lincoln of Queens, where Queens goes. Go New York, go New York, go.
As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why my biz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with My Biz Plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit VerizonBusiness.com to get started today. New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes autopay and paper-free billing and promotional discounts. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge, applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers end June 30th, 2026.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Who sells Continental tires for less than Town Fair Tire? Nobody. Who has a better selection of Continental tires than Town Fair Tire? Nobody. And who gives you more free services for the life of those Continental tires? Nobody. Town Fair Tire has over 100 locations and over 600,000 tires in stock, all at the guaranteed lowest price. And that's why we say nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
A multi-billion-dollar settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you were exposed to weed killers at work or at home, your rights are affected. If you or your family has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, you could receive $6,000 to $165,000 or more. This settlement impacts you even if you're not sick, because this blood cancer can take 10 to 15 years to appear. If you stay in the settlement, you give up your right to sue. Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 888-403-8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164. 800-390-1164.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
The Boomer and Geo Show is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right, turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app. So don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. FanDuel, play your game. We just love the app around here. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear. Extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup cost, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local deliveries, sign up today at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
All new Dunkin' Zero. Only 20 calories, zero sugar. The all-new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon? Wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Sun Zest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain zero fruit juice. Participation may vary, limited time offer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. As the Rangers look to take on the Florida Panthers tonight, we get a little bit of breaking NHL news. Jonathan Quick has told reporters tonight will be his 829th and final NHL game between the pipes, so ending a 3-time Cup champion career with the New York Rangers tonight. He will start in goal, and it was learned by the public yesterday that potential first-round pick Ruben Bain was cited for careless driving in an accident in March of 2024 that left the passenger of a car in a coma and later deceased. Teams apparently were already well aware of the accident long before we as the public learned yesterday with the NFL draft just 10 days away.
Why was it leaked yesterday? Obviously, what happened is tragic and horrible, but why was that story leaked a week and a half before the NFL draft? What's the reason for that?
Wow.
What was the reason for that?
It's just to put some doubt in some people's heads. There's no doubt about it, especially because it's been out there for a while.
It's dirty as hell to leak that thing out a week and a half.
Yeah, of course.
It's just, and it's not defending. Obviously, what happened is horrible and tragic. But for that kind of stuff to come out a week and a half ahead of the NFL draft comes from a general manager. Who knows? Maybe they're sleeping with a reporter. And they put that information out there. It's just disgusting. You know what? I've learned to hate the sports news collecting relationship business. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's just strange. Like, why'd you leak that out? And then you get reporters saying, oh, yeah, we knew the whole time.
It happens every year with somebody.
Yeah.
Whether it's, an IQ test like the Wonderlic test that they used to leak back and try to malign quarterbacks and get them to fall down the draft. It happens every single year.
No, you're
every
right.
year.
And it's disgusting when it happens every year. Sean will feed us in a few minutes, but let's get to some of your calls. Dave in Seaford. Hey, Dave.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How is everything?
Good, man. What's up?
Good. So I don't know if you guys know, but Al Dukes has been screaming about the streak thing for years with Josh Allen. He comes in, he takes one snap, he gets off the field, and then he's done. Me personally, I think it's terrible. You see someone like Brent Burns in the NHL, the guy's played, 1,100 games, I think, consecutive. Every second, every minute of the game, no questions asked.
I do agree with you. I've heard Al say it. I have made the same point as well. Maybe Al's had it before me. I have no idea. But Al's a brilliant sports mind when he sets his mind to it. When he wants to, he makes really good points. And he's right.
Very thoughtful.
He's a very thoughtful guy. And he's spot on about the Josh Allen stuff. The only reason I didn't bring it up today is it's the middle of April. But when it happens, that first week of January every year, it's a fugazi streak. And learn from Eli Manning. Because remember, the Giants offered Eli Manning to continue his streak, and then he was going to be replaced by Geno Smith. Yeah. And Eli Manning was too proud to urinate all over that streak. Good for him.
Yeah. Said if you want to start him, start him.
Damn right. And so Josh
Allen.
And
he took control of the narrative, too.
He did. He did.
Because it got him fired, got McAdoo fired.
It really blew the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Josh Allen and Mikal Bridges should be commended for their Iron Man work ethic and the fact they do play every game. With that said, their streaks are fugazi.
Mm-hmm.
And I will repeat this every single year because I think it's a joke. And I don't get the sense that Knicks fans are that passionate about it. Maybe because they're so focused on the postseason or they just don't care about Mikal Bridges in the regular season. It's all about doing it next week and the week after.
What does it even mean?
His streak?
Yeah. To Mikal Bridges, I get it. You want to say that I played every game, I was accountable. When it's all said and done and the history of him, Mikal Bridges is written, and he played every game and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's going to be great. But what does the fan care?
I don't think the fan cares.
Exactly.
Let's go to Ali in Brooklyn. Hey, Ali.
Yeah, hi. How are you?
We're good.
Good, man. What's up?
Yeah, I'm talking about David Stern.
Yeah.
You know, I don't trust this guy, man. He's destroying the Mets because, I don't know, he's giving all the prospect and he's not going to sign 3-4. He's going to sign a long-term deal. So what's the point? He's getting rid of all the good players.
Well, I think I think he will eventually look. He signed Juan Soto to a long-term deal, and I know we all pin that on Steve Cohen. I think that he will sign guys to long-term deals. I think he made decisions around players that we love that we didn't agree with.
Yeah,
and the jury is still way out on if it was smart or not to extend a long-term offer to the slugging first baseman they let go to Baltimore. But as of right now, David Stearns doesn't have the trust of Met fans. Ali represents a lot of Met fans when he says, I don't trust this guy. And the truthful answer is, why would you?
Right.
He's got a lot to prove. It's his third year here, but he remade this roster. And if it doesn't work, and we're only 16 games in, but if it doesn't work, yes, the blame should fall at his feet.
Well, I think every general manager tries to do this, and regardless of the sport. But we're talking particularly in baseball right now because of what David Stearns seems to be doing. You want to make a roster in the image that you believe is going to be successful.
Right.
And that might not be in line with what was previously existed. And so you just have to make some hard decisions. And I think the Mets last season was an excuse for him to lobby Steve Cohen to let him go do it the way he wants to do it.
Sure.
And it sucks because they were fan favorites there, but that's just the way that general managing is. You believe that my way is going to work. Otherwise, why even give him the job?
He can believe it all he wants. He's got to be proven right.
Exactly. But you can't prove it right in 15 games.
I agree with you, and you can't be proven wrong. I totally get that, which is why it's great to know there's a baseball game the Mets are going to play in 10 hours. I'm going to do my best to stay up. I plan on staying up. I actually have a brilliant idea on how I am a lock to stay up tonight for the entirety of Mets-Dodgers.
How's that?
I'll share it with you later after Sean feeds us.
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking. Nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
All right, I hope that queso is indeed hidden. This Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. Brutal weekend. Some might argue it's starting to look like a brutal month. What are the 5 biggest New York baseball worries here going forward?
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. Number 5.
Steve Cohen tweeting through a bad summer of no-show seats at Citi Field is on the table now. He's already gone after the free ticket thing. This is a team off no playoffs, and now we don't even have like the Alonso home run chase. There is a chance if this got a little south, Uncle Stevie not going to be happy with no shows.
Yeah, I think that he'd have a very tough time bitching about no-shows if his team is 10 games under 500.
Yeah.
Well,
he should be bitching about something else. He may have to take a page out of George Steinbrenner and just rip the players.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go.
Number 4.
I think I'm being generous with this statement, but neither bullpen has more than 2 dudes you trust.
I agree with you. I mean, if you power ranked the Mets and Yankees bullpen, you combined it and said, all right, let's do the trust factor game. Who's number 1? I mean, let's start right there. Who's number 1? David Bednar? Really? You trust him that much? Who's number 1?
I trust David Bednar, but it's hard. Like, he's just going to blow games. But I trust him.
Should I argue Huascar Braziban is number 1?
I mean, Fernando Cruz?
It is not a sturdy list of relievers.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Both teams going to be fishing around there. I tried telling Evan the bullpens are going to be issues.
Number 3.
The number 3 biggest New York baseball worry, and it's already begun, the Yankees treating Anthony Volpe like a savior. It's going to be so bad on the left side of the infield that Yankee fans are going to forget they don't like Anthony Volpe.
Yeah, but that's Yankee fans doing it to themselves. I think that they have watched so much of Ryan McMahon and to a lesser degree, but to a degree, Jose Caballero, that they're going to look at the hope of Anthony Volpe, the potential of Anthony Volpe, and see that as the best option.
Well, that's why you need George Lombard to hit 380 and 25 home runs.
Yeah.
Okay, and here we go.
Number 2.
Lindor's start has more to do with injury than slow starts. You talked about the concussion. I'm still at the hamate bone thing. Is the power ever going to come?
Yeah, but the problem is it's every year.
I know.
If this wasn't every year, I would agree with you.
Which is why I'm calling it a worry that what if it's not just about every year?
I want to be fair. It is not every year. It's most years. So this is his 6th year here. 4 of them have featured some semblance of a very tough start. He's had 2 very good starts. So it's not every year, but it's certainly most years. And I knew this would happen. Like when Lindor went down with that injury, one of the things I said to you all the way back in February is if he gets off to a bad start, we're not going to know why.
Yeah.
Some will say injury. Some will say it's just typical Lindor. It happens a lot of times. But bottom line is it's more than just the struggles because he did show a pulse this weekend offensively. It's the mental mistakes. And those are the things that are very tough to explain.
Number 1.
And the number one baseball worry here in this town is what if Aaron Judge is just really good this year and not great?
Yeah, well, that should be a worry every year because he's like human.
But it feels like it. Now, he hit a big home run yesterday, and I don't know. You just see how lost this offense is when Aaron Judge isn't hitting 390 and on pace for 60
when he's
homers.
not a guarantee to at least be on base.
Yep.
If Aaron Judge hits 275 with a 380 on base, hits 42 home runs, and drives in 107 runs, is that a good enough season?
Probably not.
Probably not.
And that's a really good season.
Yeah.
What I just described.
And one more note I forgot about. Of all the things Aaron Boone got killed for this weekend, not pinch hitting here, using too much of the bench there, going back to an old Evan thing. You know, it's one thing not to consider hitting him leadoff. To slide him back another peg to hitting third in the lineup when Trent Grisham remains hitting leadoff, that's a bad move.
The New York Yankees have 2 options in their leadoff spot. There's just 2. Aaron Judge or Ben Rice. They can throw Cody Bellinger in there, too.
I was going to say Cody could.
I'll throw him in there. Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's it. I don't want to see Trent Grisham.
Cody
I don't want to see Paul Goldschmidt.
Did he do it a couple times last year?
It was rare if he did. Ben Rice did it.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I think he always kind of really served as the what you call it? The
protection.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was tracking this for a minute because of all the intentional walks that Judge was having. He led the league in intentional walks. I think it was like 37 or something. It was a big number of walks, intentional walks. So who hit behind him? So I remember Ben Rice protecting him a bunch, but I don't remember him hitting in front of him.
There should not be a world where Trent Grisham is leading off. There should not be a world in which Paul Goldschmidt is leading off.
Not hitting 170 or 130, whatever.
You have too many good hitters that are better options.
Right.
There you go. I'll tell you my trick on how I'm going to stay up tonight. Plus, we'll get to your calls, 888-808-1019. And you were joking about Steve Cohen's Twitter. I got some serious comments about what Steve Cohen has done on Twitter and what he needs to do moving forward. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Rory McIlroy winning his 2nd consecutive Masters, becoming just the 4th golfer ever to go back-to-back at Augusta National, joining Jack Nicklaus, Nick Faldo, and Tiger Woods. He's starting to remind me of Tom Brady. Both won a bunch of championships early in their career and then had to wait a decade before winning another. Remember, Brady won Super Bowl 39, didn't win another before 49, and like Brady, Rory feels like he has more to go. I'm Nick Costos.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
The fight against lymphoma, leukemia, and myeloma calls for the experience and skill of world-renowned experts. As New Jersey's only nationally ranked cancer program by U.S. News and World Report, John Thurr Cancer Center at Hackensack and Jersey Shore University Medical Centers offer innovative treatments close to home. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Donato, and I lead the stem cell transplantation and cellular therapy teams in Hackensack and Neptune. We're proud to be pioneers in our field and the most experienced team in the region, having performed over 8,000 stem cell transplants. We were the first accredited center in New Jersey to offer CAR T-cell therapy, a revolutionary treatment that harnesses the power of your own immune system to recognize and destroy cancer cells. This is more than advanced care. It's personalized, life-saving treatment from distinguished experts at New Jersey's best cancer program. Call 833-CANCER-MD to schedule an appointment. That's 833-CANCER-MD.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. Right now is the time to make sure that your current cooling system is ready for hot weather. You don't want it to fail when it's 90 degrees out, and if it's over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now from my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's air conditioning experts and have been for decades. Take it from me. These guys have done plenty of work on my house. You'll save money and stay cooler. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
Mercedes-Benz of Edison has done it again. Named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Not just in New Jersey, but the entire United States. An honor earned through an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction. Expect exceptional service, an unmatched selection, and luxury experience you won't find anywhere else. At Mercedes-Benz of Edison, you don't just drive away, you become family. Experience it for yourself at Mercedes-Benz of Edison or visit RayCatinaEdison.com.
I'm a 100% kind of guy, so I got Verizon Fios. It's 100% fiber internet because I do everything at 100%.
What game should we watch?
100% of them.
She hits a
Penalty kick.
out of the park!
From way downtown for a
Beautiful shot onto the green.
You either have 100% fiber internet or you don't. Get Verizon Fios. It's super fast and reliable with ultra low lag. It's 100% or nothing. Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch today.
Go Teams!
This NBA season, every shot you take with Fanatic Sportsbook puts points on the board. Earn up to 10% fan cash on your bets, win or lose. So even if your bet misses, you're still scoring fan cash, which unlocks exclusive rewards like authentic apparel, game tickets, and meeting legends at Fanatic's events. Make the switch and turn every bet into a bucket with Fanatic Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-522-4700. MD, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatic Sportsbook app.
I'm Neil, founder of Clay Room. When I found ceramics, I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative. So I set out to open my own studio. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. Now we're molding a creative community.
With the Chase Ink Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released third-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra vutrisiran is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
We love talking about the Knicks and Nets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
If you've missed any of the show, hit that rewind button on the free Odyssey app. Knicks now know their opponent. Mikal Bridges continued his streak in a very pathetic way. We've talked a lot of Mets. We've talked some Yankees and even some footballs. The Giants add Brandon Allen to their quarterback room. Since Steve Cohen, and I agreed with him, I'm on record as saying I agreed with him being frustrated that when you give out free tickets and people purchase them or collect them, to not use them is kind of disgraceful.
Yes.
So I'm with him when he put that tweet out. But since he tweeted about the 57% of people that no-showed free tickets, the New York Mets are on a 5-game losing streak. Now, you tell me you don't believe in coincidences.
Right.
So do you think Steve Cohen,
I believe in Freudian slips.
Do you believe Stevie Karma affected the Met karma by attacking the loyal fans?
No, I don't think so. I think...
And by the way, he was attacking the people that grabbed free tickets and didn't go with his comment, and I agree with him.
But again, it was 1,000 tickets.
Yeah.
Out of 30-something thousand. So, I mean, what's the big deal anyways? But I don't think it was karma. I think it was the Mets are not losing because of Steve Cohen. They're losing because they don't hit.
Now,
period.
I want to ask you a follow-up question. I'm being dead serious, and I'm wondering aloud. This is a wondering aloud conversation with a man who played sports in this town.
Yes.
Steve Cohen has used Twitter in a very inconsistent and just blah kind of way.
Yeah.
Like, he'll go out and talk about the fans not showing up.
It's random.
He'll tweet out when the Mets finally start playing well last year and say, I don't hear the complaints now. And then, yes, when the season ended, he did issue a big apology. So it's not frequent. It's not consistent. It's all over the place. Do you think it would be interesting and or smart for Steve Cohen to now use Twitter as a bully pulpit, not to rip the fans, but basically be George Steinbrenner and rip his own players and say, look, I'm paying these guys a lot of money. I need more production.
The reason you can't,
why,
is it's social media and just the internet in general and all facets of it. Just it takes anything and everything and puts it on with lighter fluid, and it becomes something massive, even if it's minor. So you can't do it because it'll be everywhere.
Okay, can I give you a George Steinbrenner-like example? Because again, for those that don't remember, George Steinbrenner would call up reporters and bitch about players not performing well. Right. Whether it's Dave Winfield is Mr. May. He called one of his players, a big free agent signing, Mr. May, to mock him for the fact that, he'll perform in May, but he won't do it in October.
Right. It's like when Vergara told us.
Yes.
George would call up and be like, hey, here's the story.
Yes.
I'm telling you what the story is.
So everyone needs to realize, this happened. This was a world that existed where George would actively call out his own players. Mm-hmm. Now, Steve doesn't have to do it in that way, and he doesn't have to call up reporters, but I'll give you a hypothetical. He goes on Twitter Sunday night, Mets just got swept, and says, I am not pleased with what I saw on the field. Love you, Francisco. We need better decisions.
Right.
Bang. Now, is that like the front page story where everyone runs to Lindor in L.A. and says, well, what do you think of Steve Cohen? Because let's say they did that. Lindor's answer would be, he's right, and I need to be better. So what's really the harm of Steve Cohen being like a toned down, less aggressive Twitter George Steinbrenner in 2026? Why is that really a problem? And by the way, you know who'd love it? The freaking fans would love it.
Well, the fans would love it, but I think ultimately media will grab it, and then it goes in crazy. And then it becomes a criticism, and then any little other mention of that player by Steve Cohen turns into a bigger story. Like, it just keeps compounding.
Well,
and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because he's putting them on blast for a reason.
I want you to be real with me because I know some things may hurt you and maybe you don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
If the owner of the Giants, say it was Wellington Mara, went on Twitter, because there was Twitter back then, and said, Tiki, I love you. Hold on to the freaking football.
Yeah.
Would there be a part of you that says, all right, I'm going to answer it the right way in front of the media, but I don't
know. You know what I would say?
Yeah.
He's right.
There you go. So we need a modern-day George out of Steve Cohen. You're admitting you'd handle it fine.
Yeah, but I would. Not all athletes do.
You don't think Lindor would handle that fine?
No.
Hey, Bo Bichette, it's $42 million. Can you come up with some big hits?
Did Justin Fields handle it fine?
That was different.
When Woody put him clearly on blast.
Can I tell you the difference?
Yes, please.
He said he can't play. That is a far extreme. That's like, I didn't say
True story.
Steve Cohen coming out and saying Jorge Polanco sucks and should be benched is far different than me saying he's coming out saying guys need to be better and I believe in them.
Yeah.
He came out and said the quarterback can't throw. Like that, that's so different than what I'm saying. That's not what I am even suggesting. It's Steve Cohen using his bully pulpit instead of, telling fans, hey, want to hear a funny stat? Hey, Steve, I got a funny stat. Your team got shut out twice in 3 games. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's one of those weird things where I think the fans would love it. Yeah, it could rub some players the wrong way.
Right.
But I'll tell you, a George Steinbrenner-esque toned down Steve Cohen on Twitter, I don't know. It would probably make me feel better after a brutal Sunday loss.
Certainly better than watching the 2 other idiots fight with each other.
That's what I'm saying. It's better than Frank and Tommy going at it. Like, Steve just saying, like, matter of the fact stuff. Like, hey, I paid a lot of money for this team. We need to be better. Like, I'm not against that. And that's not nearly as bad as some of the things that George would say about his players or to his players.
Problem is, every time Steve tweets, it feels like it's more about the fans than the players.
But that's my point. I'm saying, why not change that?
I don't think he will. I think it's in his DNA.
I know, but why not change that? Like,
not everybody's George.
Oh, well.
If George were alive.
Oh, God. Could you imagine this guy? First of all, if George was alive, it would be on Twitter.
There's
no doubt on my mind. It would not be calling up reporters. It would be, I'm going on Twitter, and I'm just, Jazz Chisholm, how dare you?
Chisholm!
And you know what we'd have to do? Every single time, we'd spend 3 minutes going, is that the real George?
We would. So I would say to Steve Cohen, in a toned-down way, because I understand everybody's more sensitive, I think you should consider it. I do. I think going after Lindor in a kind, friendly, I still believe in you way, I think totally works. I think it gets the fan base pumped up, and I think Lindor is grown up enough to handle it. Like, I'll give you a few more you could throw out there.
Go ahead.
Hey, Luke Weaver, this ain't the Bronx anymore. No?
A couple bad outings now.
I mean, it's 2 in a row in which he was bad.
He's a minor leaguer!
It feels like it's still the Bronx.
What do you mean? Like it's a continuation?
Yes.
Yeah, it hasn't been good. Has not been good. Well, Tommy Pham's being activated tonight, so maybe he'll punch somebody in the face.
Woohoo.
Goodbye to Ronnie Mauricio. Thank you for the pinch hit.
By the way, is that official that Ronnie's going down?
That is what I just saw on Twitter.
All right, yeah, that was my speculation last night on the Rico. They had 2 options, to send Mauricio down for Pham, or they could have gotten creative and gone one less pitcher and send Joey Gerber back out because they have an off day on Thursday. They have a relatively fresh bullpen after Sean Manaea ate last night or yesterday afternoon.
Did he eat Gerber?
That's funny. And by the way, one last thing before we get your calls, I do want to apologize. I did my math wrong. It will not be Nolan McLean against Shohei Ohtani. It's Nolan McLean against Yoshinobu Yamamoto on Tuesday, and then Ohtani's going to pitch Wednesday against hopefully Clay Holmes, assuming the hammy isn't too bad. So that's what happens when you count ahead, Sean. You get screwed.
Now, do you regret at 1:30 in the morning last week doing that?
No.
Instead of just waiting for the information to happen naturally?
Nah, got to get ahead of it sometimes.
Okay.
But I take my L. I'm wrong. I'm already wearing an L.
So count out the Knicks playoff game schedule then. Let's look ahead.
I can't do that because the NBA just makes stuff up as they go along.
Yeah, but they're playing on Saturday. You could probably figure it out.
You want me to speculate?
Yeah.
I'm thinking Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday.
So draft night.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a draft night Knick game. And by the way, we will be having a big party on draft night that you can watch on YouTube, presented by FanDuel, or just hanging out, watching the draft, and potentially watching a Knicks playoff game, which I am rooting for. Like, if you ask me, I think everybody's opinion is different on do we want a Knicks playoff game in the midst of our draft party or during the NFL draft. I'm here for it. Yeah, I'd like that. I'd like to watch a Knick game with all these Knick fans.
The New York Knicks are trash.
Like, imagine if things go bad.
Or you can
and I'm
just watch
sitting
us,
there.
or you can just watch us watching a Knicks game and watching the draft.
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah. You're watching us watch a Knicks game and the draft, and watch like Craig get nervous and Gio get nervous, and Boomer's like, why aren't the Rangers playing? And oh man, I want a Knicks playoff game and inject it in my veins.
I don't like it because what if everybody's DVRing the Knicks playoff game to watch the draft and then us? They're not going to want spoilers.
That's not how this works.
What?
Well, that's what you would do.
Nah. You know what I'm doing for the Met game tonight?
What?
Because it's a 10 o'clock start and it's very late for me.
Okay.
And lately I've been having a tough time staying up. I'm not going to do this live because I'm legally not allowed to. I'm going to broadcast the game and I'm going to tape it. I'm going to sit there in front of my microphone and I am going to broadcast the Mets game into a recording device, and that will keep me up. And then I'm going to take all 9 innings and I'm going to send it to the architect. And I'm going to ask him, not for a radio job, but to at least get a game or two where I could have the honor of filling in and sitting next to Keith Radd. Just a game or two.
I think
or
that's
Pat McCarthy, because I think he's great too. Like, if someone needs an off day, I just want a game or 2 games. That's it. I'm done. That's it. But I understand I got to go prove my worth. So I'm going to broadcast this entire Met Dodger game. I'm going to send it to the architect. Would you guys want me to pull highlights for tomorrow? Or no?
I mean,
we don't have to.
You might as well.
Okay.
You might as well. I need to ask, are you okay?
In terms of what?
Yeah.
I mean, Evan, you're going to go to bed before the game, wake up during the game, and then at home by yourself, you're going to pretend to broadcast the game to yourself to stay awake, only to then send the tape out. Are you okay?
I'm going to send it. Got to send the tape out to the architect to see if I'm worthy enough to fill in on a Met game.
But you know
think
that
you're worthy enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't. Like when I was a kid, I used to love broadcasting and like shutting the game down
When
and
was the
taping it on a
last time
recorder.
you tried to broadcast?
2002. That was a long time ago.
That's 20.
Well, if I
years ago.
suck, who cares? It's just a tape. It's fun.
What are you wearing?
I'm going to wear my pajamas.
No.
What?
If you're going to do it, you're going to look the part. You're going to call the game as if you're in the pajamas then. You got to like look like you're broadcasting the game.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Just because it's 10 o'clock at night on the West Coast. I'm not doing that. I can't dress up. But I will broadcast the game.
Will you be bottomless?
Yeah, probably. Just in my boxers.
I just asked for the urination in the cup situation.
That may happen.
God.
Do you want me to send you highlights, like the big moment of the game? You can hear my call compared to
You know
Gary
what?
Cohen.
Do me a favor. Send him to Kaplan.
Okay.
And then Kaplan will let me know what's worthy, so we don't have to.
I was going to live stream it, but I don't think I'm legally allowed to.
I know you're not.
So I'm not. No, I'm just saying I'm not. I'm going to just tape it. I'll cut highlights. I'll send it to the architect. And if he likes me, maybe I get a game. That's all I want, just a game. Not looking for any jobs.
I mean, you can take a series, but...
No, if they want me to do I'll do a series, and that's it, and I'm done.
Okay.
And I'd be honored to sit next to the great Pat McCarthy and Keith Radd. They do a great job on the radio. Because I'm assuming Howie's out because, he doesn't do the road games.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do tonight. And that'll keep me up. It's a good plan. You got to admit it's a good plan.
It's a great plan, Evan.
Your silence worries me.
We're worried for you.
Okay. Let's go to Ray in Waterbury. Hey, Ray.
Hi, guys. Great show as usual.
Appreciate
the problem is with the Mets, they went 1-5 at home. They had to have a good homestand because look where they're going, and no Soto in sight.
Yeah.
The bottom line is, if they have a bad road trip, whether they hit or not, they're in a hole. They've dug themselves in a hole. Luckily, they're only 3 games behind Atlanta because everybody's not.
That's the thing. Like, I get what you're saying. They're 2 games under 500. If they have a 1-5 road trip, they're 6 games under 500. And you're right. That is a hole. But I think in this day and age, it's not an insurmountable hole. It's not going to bury their season. With that said, what I love about baseball, Tiki, is things don't make sense.
Right.
So based on things not making sense, the Mets will win 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers.
Yes, they should.
Well, they shouldn't because the Dodgers are better.
They should if you're whatever this jinx you're putting on the Dodgers is going to happen because you're trying to reverse the fortunes of the Mets.
Well, I'm not trying to jinx the Dodgers.
The
I just
problem
know
is the Dodgers are just good.
I know they are. They're better than the Mets. I'm just saying baseball sometimes doesn't make sense. And when you lose 2 out of 3,
I genuinely believe that sometimes. but only when it's not the Dodgers.
Okay. Let's make a prediction right now. Short term, long term. 111 on Monday, April 13th. How does this series between the Mets and the Dodgers play out, Tiki Barber?
They lose game 1, 7-2. They lose game 2, 5-1. And then they win game 3.
Okay.
3-2.
So the Mets have a 7-game losing streak, but then beat Ohtani to at least salvage the finale, but they lose 2 out of 3 to the LA Dodgers.
Yes.
Fair enough. Sean Morash.
They win tonight. Peterson pitches great. They lose the next 2 and get blown out.
Okay. So same thing in terms of the Mets lose 2 out of 3.
Yep.
They just win the first, they lose the next 2.
Yep.
I think the Mets are going to win 2 out of 3. I think they're going to win tonight. I think they'll win game 2 with McLean. And then I think what will be disappointing is they'll blow game 3. Like they'll have a chance to get a sweep. They won't get it. I'll be pissed. And Tiki will be like, but you took 2 out of 3. You were right. You should be happy. So we're all diametrically opposed. Let's see what happens. Certainly on the table. Let's go to John in Huntington Beach. Hey, John.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All's well.
I had the weapons of mass destruction question last week, and I guess Homeland Security pulled my call.
That was funny. Yes.
That's right. So Tiki got the gist of it. So because the question is for you, Tiki. So hear me out. So you have Dex, who was it 2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
Sets the market.
Yes.
Deservedly so. Gets to be the highest paid defensive lineman in NFL history, possibly. And he sets the table. And now the argument they've been doing about negotiations, they say that for the last 2 years, Dex is unhappy because for 2 years, 2 whole years, he's been trying to get his contract renegotiated. He was 1 year into the contract.
Yes.
He set the table. So now any lineman coming after him is going to be, well, I want at least what Dex got, preferably more.
That's right. That's how
and
it happens.
Now, yes. And so my question to you as a star player, because this is where your perspective is paramount, is that what is the point of contracts with star players if the star players are just going to go ahead and not honor the contract, that they initially signed? Nobody forced their hand. He signed the deal. He should honor the contract. I love Dex. I don't want to trade him. But come on, man. You signed the dotted line.
Yeah.
Live up to it.
So are you asking why would you sign star players?
Well, I mean, why would you even, the concept of contracts in general, if you're going to sign a star player?
Oh, I see.
And star players' attitude, like you were a star player, not just in the Giants, the NFL. My question here is that if star players, the top-notch guys, are not going to honor the contracts they sign, what's the point of the contract?
Yeah, it's why you're starting to see some of these deals look really short. You look at the guaranteed money, and it tells you, oh, that's a 5-year deal, but the guaranteed money says it's a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal. It's for that reason, so that if you want to get out of it or redo it, it makes it much easier to convert salary into signing bonus and throw in some void years and up the AAV so that the player feels better about what he's making, even if you're not really changing that much on a year-over-year cap basis. The problem with the NFL, and we've said this many times, is that the cap is nonsense. It's fungible. You can do whatever you want. So the best capologists do a really good job of making players feel good about what they're making, even if they're not really making that much more.
Right.
It's the business of the game.
And it works both ways.
Right.
He talks about a star player wanting a new deal. It's just like NFL teams saying, we don't want to pay you anymore, and this portion of your contract isn't guaranteed.
That's right.
Jingle.
But now I'm going to guarantee a little bit more.
Right. When you think of football, you think of the Monday Night Football song and even the Sunday Night Football song that Carrie Underwood sings. NBC debuted their baseball song. We'll take a listen to it next, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank, where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. Now they've launched a Maverick Performance Blazer, and this thing is legit, sharp and lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by H.L. Gross Jewelers. Shop H.L. Gross in Garden City or at hlgross.com. It's also sponsored by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
If you're ready to pop the big question, discover why 5 generations have purchased their diamonds from H.L. Gross Jewelers of Garden City. Save yourself all the hassle and come to H.L. Gross, where you'll get the guaranteed best price, education, and guidance. H.L. Gross Jewelers, Long Island's premier bridal ring store.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the book in Buster One Sports. Hornets and Heat square off in the play-in tournament, and I think there will be plenty of points. Interesting dynamic here. Hornets games are second in the league to the under, while the Heat have the 5th most overs. So what will give? I think the 4 head-to-head meetings this year are an indicator, where they went over 3 times by a comfortable margin. Miami speeds Charlotte up for better or worse, and I don't think the intensity of a playoff game with these two automatically means better defense. I like the over. I'm Pat Boyle, bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why my biz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with My Biz Plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit VerizonBusiness.com to get started today. New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes autopay and paper-free billing and promotional discounts. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge, applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers end June 30th, 2026.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Everything you knew about reaching customers online is being rewritten. Time to rethink your approach. Outcomes from Viant finds real customers. Not impressions, not clicks, customers. Our AI maximizes every dollar of your budget against the outcomes that matter most and proves it happened. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game.
Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug!
Oh yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down.
Hey!
Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Hey you, go away with Weezer. Score a pair of tickets to see Weezer, The Gathering, on a tour stop of your choice. Plus round-trip flights, a 2-night hotel stay, a signed set list, and a meet and greet with the band. To enter this national contest, download the free Odyssey app. Log in and listen to WFAN for 1 hour or more. Then come back each day for your chance to win. Go away with Weezer. Thanks to Live Nation and Crush Music. The Fan, Sports Radio 1019 FM WFAN, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
We got a full night of baseball tonight. Mets are out in L.A. with a 10-10 start. Yankees at home against the Angels. And congratulations to the Yankees and their fans because they are home this entire week. 4 games against Anaheim tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday afternoon, and then 3 games against the Royals over the weekend. So 7 straight days of baseball at Yankee Stadium. And the weather is supposed to be ridiculous. So let this be a friendly warning to our friends in the Bronx. Tonight, and I won't be there tonight. I don't know if Sean, are you going to tonight's game?
No.
Okay.
Next 2 weeks, very busy.
For those that are attending the game tonight, those chicken finger ice creams better be available. They've had a very tough time to begin the season.
Yep.
I know that Hoff's been searching for it every single day. I know a lot of Yankee fans have been searching for it. I tried to buy it on opening day. Get it done. You've had a week and a half now, 2 weeks, to make sure the chicken finger ice creams are ready to go. So let them be ready to go so they're not sold out by the second inning.
They better be worth it.
There's no way they are.
How can they be, right?
Nothing is worth waiting in line that long. Nothing.
I agree.
What? Nothing is worth waiting in line?
Nothing. The older
the
you
line
get.
that we saw that apparently was what kept us from our seats.
Yeah.
There's nothing worth
Well,
that.
they picked the wrong time to go on the line. I hate to say it because I don't like missing parts of the game, but you got to go like 4th inning because the people who are waiting on the line at the beginning of the game are in their
but it's going to be
seats.
gone.
Well, that's my point.
The other issue.
It can't be gone. The Yankees need to make enough of these where it's not gone by the 4th inning. It can't happen.
It's not Disney World where they're going to run out of spring rolls that have pizza in them. This is a baseball game. You've promoted it. It should be available at any given night for as many fans that walk into that ballpark.
And I know that many listeners will be doing that test tonight. So let us know. Let any of us know here at this radio station. I know Tommy will be on after the game telling you that the Mets are fine, even though if they're losing 9-1 in the 5th inning. And let him know if you were able to get those ice cream chicken fingers. Now, real quick before we get to your calls, Sunday Night Baseball has debuted. We haven't seen our teams yet on it, but they debuted the Sunday Night Baseball song, which I was actually pretty excited about because I love the Carrie Underwood song, even if it's a false pretense of we waited all day for Sunday night.
I'm going to stop you.
As Mike pointed out, no one waits all day for Sunday night.
Which, as Mike pointed out, was wrong.
What?
The fans of either team playing on Sunday night always wait all day for Sunday night.
Fair enough, but I think they meant everybody.
Well, not really.
I think it's one of Mike's best points he's ever made.
See, and I've always thought it's a terrible take by
nobody
Mike.
waits all day for Sunday night, okay? Who's doing that? Like, he's so right about that.
But the players do wait.
Okay, well, the players wait, yeah.
Because it's one of the most frustrating things about playing on a Sunday night.
I'm sure. Sitting around
You're
waiting.
sitting around all damn day.
Okay. I think it's a great song, which is my point. I think Carrie Underwood's brilliant. So last night they debuted the Zac Brown Band's Sunday Night Baseball song. Let's take a listen together and see if we like it. All right. This little piano beginning. Ooh. Oh.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. come inside, come inside. Been waiting all day for the stars to come and play.
Waiting all day again.
Now we just gotta say it's been too long, been too long. Sunday night, the show's about to start.
I love this.
Grab your seat just like you're at the park. Rest assured the best are here tonight. Greatest show and a diamond in the rough. You gotta see the show. It's a dynamo. You gotta see the show. It's a rock and roll.
I love this.
I'm waiting for
Sunday
something
night
else.
baseball. Guardians, Braves. What a pitch. Up in the zone, and he got it out of here.
Oh, a little mix and take back to the ball game.
For the stars to come and play. There's one thing left to say. It's Sunday night, Sunday night. Welcome to the show. Sunday night, let's go. Welcome to Sunday night. Come and see the. Come on. See the show.
Wow. I gotta tell you, I love that. And I know it's like a famous song. I actually learned about that song from the 1986 Mets video where it's come inside, come in, whatever that real song is, because it's
Right.
obviously like a song from many years ago, and they did a little remake of it. I love that. I thought that was badass.
I was waiting for something. I couldn't tell what it was.
What do you mean? What were you waiting for?
I don't know. And I love Zach Brown Band. And I've seen them in concert a couple of times, and I love them. But I was waiting for something. And maybe it's because I know their music too well.
Yeah.
And so I'm waiting for, I don't know, something.
I don't know what that means. Like, you didn't think that was the something?
I think that the opening bars before the beat finally drops, it's a little too long.
Oh, okay.
I think if you got more to the punchy, fun stuff right after the take me out to the ball game quicker,
Interesting.
then I think the song's flowing. And I love Zach Brown Band, too.
Yeah, and I like Zach Brown Band, and I like the song that they took it from, which
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
agree.
even that. Like, I know the song from that 86 hype video.
And it's less like serious than a football pumped up song because it's supposed to be like, it's more relaxed. It's baseball. I like that song.
Yeah.
I also like that they're at least giving it a song
I think
and
I was
treating it.
waiting for like a chorus or something. Because when I think about Zach Brown Band, I think about like Chicken Fried or Toes.
Yeah.
Like those songs.
Two great songs, yeah.
They just, they hit you at some point. And I was waiting for it to hit me and it never happened.
Interesting. What
I
hit
don't know
me?
why.
What hit me is after I heard the song, I very quickly looked at the Mets and Yankees Sunday Night Baseball schedule to see when we get the honor of having that song before one of our games.
Yeah.
And this is unbelievable. We're New York. We're the Mets. We're the Yankees. We have high payrolls. The first time the Mets or Yankees play Sunday Night Baseball is June 21st. It's freaking 2 months from now.
Wow.
They gave respect to the Knicks.
What do you mean? Oh, no, they didn't.
The NBA Finals are clear. We're not worried about Sunday night NBA playoffs here in this town.
Stop it. You think they cleared out Sunday nights?
I mean, maybe.
I want to see the Boston Red Sox schedule with the Celtics. I want to
Hold
see.
on 1 second.
We
You
know
got
the
me.
Colorado Rockies ain't there.
Well, first of all, the Yankees' first Sunday night game is against the Red Sox, June 28th.
No,
when's the Red Sox first?
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm trying to think of other NBA Finals contenders that NBC's and partners with.
June 14th. So right in the middle of the NBA Finals.
Okay.
How about that? It has nothing to do with the NBA Finals.
Well, no. Hear me out, though, Evan.
Come on.
This is different now. NBC has invested a lot of money in the NBA, Major League Baseball, and NFL as a whole. Would it be crazy if the next step in evolution
By
is
the way-
executives actually knowing what they're looking at
By
in
the
terms
way,
of fans?
When that schedule was likely being made, the Celtics weren't one of the favorites.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You're not worried about baseball in Oklahoma City. You're not worried about baseball, I guess the Astros in Houston, but at the time, the Rockets.
Right.
You're like, go through the math. The Rockies, they stink.
So you think the NBC is playing like 4D chess right now
Well,
with that?
wouldn't you, if you are NBC?
They should, is what Sean is saying.
Yeah, but there doesn't necessarily, like, for example, this weekend coming up, the Knicks are going to play game 1 on Saturday. They're not even playing on Sunday. So there's going to be plenty of Sundays where they don't play.
Right, but NBC made an investment in Sunday Night Baseball where ESPN didn't care anymore. My point is, if you're going to make that investment, you want the most eyeballs possible. You don't want to lose them to a fan
I
base
gotcha.
that might be watching their team in the NBA playoffs.
I give NBC a lot of credit. They have made not just look, they've done it with the NFL for a million years. That's old news. But with the NBA and now baseball, they've made these games feel big.
Yes.
Like this does feel big. And it's going to take some time because you're like getting into the new patterns of Sunday Night Baseball is on NBC. Like even last night, it was odd for me And mainly because I was focused on the NBA ending.
Yeah.
I watched the Nets for the final time. How depressing was that? The Knicks game, the Celtic game turned out to matter significantly in terms of who the Knicks were going to play. But I like how they're trying to make it a big deal. So good job by NBC. I really appreciate that. Let's go to Eli in Lakewood. What's going on, Eli? Hello, Eli. What's up?
What's up?
Hi, how are you? How you doing?
All's well.
Good.
Great. I want to talk about the Mets and the Yankees.
Yes.
You know, you guys like panicking about the Mets, a little bit like
Well.
backing the Yankees.
I think your definition of panicking is a little strong. I think expressing real concerns with the way they've played and who you trust would be the way I'd phrase it. But okay, we're panicking like children. Go ahead.
I mean, you guys got to relax. First of all, Soto was injured. We're 16 games into the season. You make it sound like they're like 3-15. They're like 7-9. Bichette's warming up. He has hits in 6 consecutive games, not including Saturday.
Let me ask you this, because you're right about their record, and I never suggested their record is burying them. They're like 3 games out of first place. But I'm going to ask you a question as a Met fan, because you're right. Soto will be a big help. Do you trust Marcus Semien?
Not at all. No.
Okay, good. We agree. Do you trust Jorge Polanco?
We got to be. There's always bad batters in the lineup.
No, I know there's always bad players in the lineup, but I'm going through some of the key guys that they're relying on. Like Marcus Semien makes a lot of money, and he's here to hopefully be productive. You don't trust him. We can go down the list. And my problem with the Mets, and it has nothing to do with their record or even just a 5-game losing streak, it's who do you trust? I trust Francisco Lindor despite his bad start. I trust Juan Soto, assuming he comes back in timely fashion. And you're probably right about Bo Bichette, right? He's got a track record.
Yeah.
How about everybody else? Who you trust? Who you do not trust?
Benj is a baby. Vientos is still figuring it out. There's not a ton. Beatty's still figuring it out.
See, what I don't appreciate, and I'm not blaming our last caller for this, is you're panicking or you're this or you're that. No, we're having a conversation about the guys in the Met lineup. And when I frame it in a much simpler way, which is, hey, do you trust Marcus Semien? What do you think of this guy? Then we actually all agree with each other.
Yeah, because there's no certainty that it's going to be fine. There was a track record last year that most of the guys would be fine. That's not the case right now.
And you know what the beautiful thing is, Tiki? There's
So
no
it's not
track record.
panic. That's just reality.
And here's the other reality, and I'm open to this, and this is what I hope for as a baseball fan. This is how I'm a delusional sports fan, and the same thing will happen during football season. Maybe Marcus Semien finds the fountain of youth and it's 40 home runs. Now, that sounds absurd today, and it's not something I would ever predict, but it's baseball, and it could happen.
Yeah.
Maybe, watch this, maybe Geno Smith. Should I do this?
I wouldn't.
Come on, man.
This Darren Moogie fella.
Maybe Darren Moogie hits on the draft and everyone becomes a star. And maybe Geno Smith plays like the quarterback he was 2 seasons ago. And maybe Garrett Wilson, finally with consistency at the most important position, has a monster year. What if all that happens? Maybe the Jets win 11 games and they're going to the postseason and hosting a postseason game for the first time in 5 billion years. Maybe.
Yeah. Do you believe it?
No. But you hope.
Yeah, of course.
And when Met fans sit down in front of their television tonight, if they attempt to stay up, just because you don't believe and just because you don't trust doesn't mean you aren't going to hope.
Yeah.
I'm going to hope very hard tonight. And hopefully I'll get rewarded because I hate the Dodgers. I really do. I hate the ballpark. I hate the PA announcer. I hate the fans. I hate seeing that, what's her name, in the first row all the time, smiling like, oh, life is great. I'm a Dodger
Milano?
fan. No, Alyssa, the blonde. What's her name? She's like 100 years old.
Who are you talking about?
Hart. Something Hart.
Melissa Joan Hart?
No, the other Hart.
She's not 100.
Oh, I missed that part.
Hart.
I have no idea.
She was
who
on
you're talking
Entertainment Tonight. What's her name? Joanna Hart? No, that's wrong. Who's the celebrity who sits at the first row of every Dodger game? Nothing against her personally. Blonde woman. Hart.
I could have sworn Alyssa Milano.
It's not. Well, maybe she does, but that's not who I'm referring to. Dodgers fan. Mary Hart.
Mary Hart.
Thank you.
You care about Mary
I
Hart?
had to look it up,
Why
and you
do
guys
you care
couldn't.
about Mary Hart?
Because she sits there with that smile on her face. Same thing with Larry King.
Maybe she's just absurdly happy.
That's fine. Of course she is. She's a Dodger fan. Why shouldn't she be?
She's got beautiful weather, and a team never loses World Series anymore.
Yes.
I understand. I'm not.
And she's probably filthy rich and happily retired.
I'm saying it bothers me.
Why?
Larry, because I'm a Met fan who's bitter watching this at midnight while I'm
why are
losing
you
8-2.
mad at Mary Hart?
Because she's there. What about Larry King? Is he there?
Same.
Do not tell me.
Same.
Do not tell me what I'm afraid you're going to tell me.
That he passed away?
Screw him. He's dead.
Please tell me he's alive, right?
Do you need me to Google that?
I mean, I kind of forgot. Like he's good, right? Because I don't want to attack dead people.
He died 4 or 5 years ago.
No. Come on, be real.
Larry King passed away January in 2021.
Are you serious?
Dude, he's been dead for a while. I was wondering where he's been.
How come you guys didn't know that immediately?
I don't know why I didn't know that.
Dude.
You know why? Because it's right after COVID.
That's what I was going to say. Those right after COVID deaths get lost in the shuffle.
And I don't know if it was from COVID. I'm just saying my mind from 2020 midway to 2021, I have no idea. I don't remember stuff because it was such an odd time. You weren't interacting with people.
I know, and now I feel bad.
Yeah, he died as a result of COVID.
Did he? Oh, yeah.
And
how old was he, though?
He was older, 87.
So we don't actually know if he died of COVID.
No, he had COVID, got put into ICU with COVID. Survived the virus, but 3 weeks later died of sepsis due to his body getting a toll from the COVID.
And why would you play that clip then that we play? Why would you do that?
What clip?
You did the clip of the dead thing. You played it.
No, you played it.
I didn't play it.
You have the buttons that you
Screw him. He's dead.
I never played.
Screw him. He's dead.
That is inappropriate. Damn, I feel bad now. Well, Mary Hart, she's the one who annoys me because she's sitting there with the smile, and it's just, I hate the Dodgers. They're probably like morphing into the number one team I hate the most. Let's go to Mark in Oceanside. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Evan. 9 guys just drove off the road when you said the Jets could win 11 games. There were accidents all over the Bell Parkway and the LIE. So,
well,
you shouldn't be talking like that.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay. Tiki, every year before the Jets draft, I call you, and I'd like to ask you, who do you think the Jets will draft in the first and second round, or what positions? And who do you think they'll draft, and who do you think they should draft? I think they should go Arvell Reese, second pick.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
And with the next 3 picks they have, which is 1 in the first round, 2 more in the second, at least 2 defensive players. They got to build that defense, which was run off the field.
Yep. Yeah, you could also, because they still have the first round pick as well. Because he mentioned the first round pick, and then the second
Number 16.
Number 16.
Yep.
And some people were saying go wide receiver, which, I mean, look, there's a ton of wide receivers. You could do that then, or you could do it later.
And they do need a number 2 after Garrett.
Yeah, they definitely do. There's a bunch of cornerbacks in this draft, too, and you need those as well. So I'd probably go wide receiver, cornerback. Arvell Reese, wide receiver, whichever one. Cornerback, whichever one. I don't know these guys deep enough to say this is the guy you should get. And again, draft picks are like always lottery picks.
Of course they are.
Because you never know.
No.
Unless you're picking in the top 10, in which case you should know.
Right. But even then, you don't always know.
Exactly.
Evan Neal says, what's up?
Right.
We'll get back to your calls coming up at 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number, plus a challenge over the weekend in the New York Yankee game that poses a real kind of issue for Major League Baseball and this new ABS system. We'll address it coming up. It's Evan and Tiki here on The Fan as we take you right up to the Carton Show with Big Mac at 2.
The Boomer and Geo Show is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new FanDuel customers give it $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. That's right, turn $5 into $250 in bonus bets just for getting started. And when every possession matters in the playoffs, FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need all in one app. So don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. FanDuel, play your game. We just love the app around here. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word Boomer to save big at checkout. That's code word Boomer at chefiq.com.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Together, let's drive at Paramus Chevrolet. For just $247 a month and $1964 due at delivery, lease a brand new Equinox 40 Wagon LT with 2-wheel drive for 39 months. Buying, enjoy 0.0% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. Visit ParamusChevrolet.com today.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
So I'm watching Evander Holyfield in this Terra Origin creatine commercial, right? Dude looks like he's ready to go 12 rounds tonight, and he's in his 60s. Meanwhile, you tweaked your back getting off the couch. So I checked out Terra Origin's creatine. It looks like a clean, no-nonsense formula. Just strength, endurance, and go. They also have these easy-to-use on-the-go stick packets. So whether you're hitting the gym, chasing your kids around, or yelling at the refs on Sunday, show up ready. Terra Origin creatine is game-changing. Check them out now at terraorigin.com and save 20% off your first order with free shipping.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a warehouse operations manager.
Where are the forklifts?
Sold them. Too expensive. We're using scooters now.
So you expect us to move a 2-ton pallet on a scooter?
Just lean into it. Put your back into it, people.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, Precision Cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The Yankees hosting the Angels at 7 as Will Warren will take on Kikuchi, squaring off in the Bronx. Hopefully they have those ice cream drumsticks.
You say Kikuchi. I say Kikuchi.
Okay,
no?
potato.
All right.
The Mets head to L.A. for a late night with the Dodgers. David Peterson takes on Justin Robleski. The Rangers will visit the Panthers tonight as the NHL season nears its end, and it will be the final game of Jonathan Quick's career in net.
Yes, let's honor the goaltender that stifled you in the Stanley Cup Finals over a decade ago.
Thank you. I agree with you, by the way.
I'm just okay.
I agree with you.
I'm glad we agree.
I find the whole thing very uncomfortable.
And when I think of Jonathan Quick, and I get it, he's been here for a couple of years as a capable backup.
And he's local.
And he's local. Where's he from?
Connecticut.
No, he's from Connecticut.
That's why he wanted to end his career here.
What kind? Where in Connecticut?
Close enough that he was a WFAN guy.
What does that mean? He was a WFAN
Not
guy?
a Boston guy.
So he listened to the radio station.
Well,
he was listening to Mike and the Mad Dog.
The Mets.
Like
Probably.
He was,
How old was he?
Probably like 38 would be my guess.
37, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, if you were an athlete in this area, you were definitely listening.
Yeah, I was an athlete in this area. I grew up listening.
He was pissed off they didn't talk enough hockey.
Because they didn't know how to.
What are you talking about? Okay, so that's going on tonight. I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. You know what was very concerning, and this needs to be addressed. So the Yankee challenges have been less than desired from position players recently on balls and strikes. They had a stretch going back to about a week ago where Austin Wells 0 for 1 on challenges, Ben Rice 0 for 1.
Yeah, and there was a point where they were elite. When they started, it was elite.
They were elite, and then they were bad at challenges, and they were doing it a lot very early. So yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it was yesterday's game, Ben Rice struck out. And, he wasn't thrilled about striking out. And he placed his hand on his head ever so gently. And the umpire called, it must be a challenge. And they reviewed it, and it was down the middle. And Ben's point to the umpire was, I wasn't challenging. I was touching my head.
Like, oh, my God.
Well, it wasn't even like a bang your head and discuss. You saw, right, Sean? It was like a gentle pat.
This is something I had worried about since spring training when I wasn't like fully locked in. But yeah, I think patting your head is a normal movement that some do more than others. And you could just, I think there's a tell. You could tell when somebody's really hammering their head for a challenge. And I think the ump's got to get used to this.
Can't you just turn around and say, I want to challenge that?
Yeah, I think it should be double things. Like, pat your head for us as fans.
Right.
So I'm good with that. But there needs to be a verbal cue to the home plate umpire. I'm challenging.
Right.
This.
Challenge.
Or
Or how about they put a red flag in their sock?
That's not quick enough.
Just throw it on the ground.
The problem is it ain't quick enough. Like, you got to challenge within 3 seconds. So you got to really move.
I mean, no Major League Baseball stadium is going to be loud enough so that the pitcher, who is the only one that's not right next to the umpire, can't hear it.
I agree with that. I think it should be the catcher and batter can easily say it. Even with a loud crowd.
Hey, I'm challenging that.
But I think
That's
should
all
be,
you got to say.
It should be both. Like, yeah,
Right.
you should pat your head because I enjoy that as a fan so we get an idea if a challenge is
so
going
we
to take
know what's
place.
going on. Otherwise, it's just they're just having a conversation.
Right. Then we don't know until the umpire.
Your breath stinks right now, ump.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was going to say, been talking for 4 hours.
No, I'm just saying. We don't know what they could be talking about. But if you're patting your head and talking to the ref, it's likely a challenge. The umpire, I should say.
I had a big problem with that yesterday. I thought that was stupid by the umpire. Because, these challenges are valuable. And I'm sure Ben Rice, especially because the Yankees have struggled recently at losing these, you don't want to give one away early. And he did. And I just thought that was unfortunate. Was that yesterday or Saturday? Yeah, I get the confused when we come back on Monday.
Thought it was Saturday. Now I'm totally thrown off.
No, you may be right.
I also think there's something about playing a weekend of the Trop just to further add to the stadium where no series blends together as one game quite like 3 games at the Trop.
Especially when they're all played the same way.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same game for 27 innings.
It's also because it's because the view is exactly the same.
Exactly. The sky doesn't change.
No.
Nothing. It's just I feel like I never left for 3 days.
Nah, I agree with you. It was one continuous day. Let's go to Cameron in New Jersey. Good afternoon, Cameron.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
what's up? Big Giants fan. Love you, Tiki.
Thank you, man.
Just maybe, the Giants will play the Jets in the Super Bowl.
Wouldn't that be something?
No, just you guys were wondering about that song that they put together, and that was Emerson, Lake and Palmer. It's called Carnival 9 from an album released in 1977 called Brain Salad Surgery.
Was it a popular song? Because honestly, I'm not a music guy. Yeah, the only time I'd ever heard it is during this 1986 recap video that they had about the Mets, and the song was like a part of some highlight package in the middle of July because it was like, come inside, da 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 da. Da, 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 that's it. Come see the show. It's a dynamo. Come see the show.
Great rendition there, Evan.
Thank you. And I don't know much about music, but literally I get my music knowledge off of like weird sports stuff.
Right.
Which is odd.
I do kind of remember the song you're talking about.
Yeah. So they took that song from 1977 and made that the NBC Sunday Night Baseball song. Interesting. It's weird just how they decide what song from 40 years ago.
Covered by
50 years
Zach
ago.
Brown Band.
Covered by Zach Brown Band. Like, let's take that song from 1977 and make it the baseball song.
Monday Night Football did that, though. Chris Stapleton taking the Sting song, right?
You're right, yeah. That's what we do nowadays. We just take songs from everywhere else. Let's go to John in Staten Island. Hey, John.
Hey, what's up, boys? I think I can fix Francisco Lindor and the Mets' opinions on him. He reminds me of Rick Vaughn in Major League 2. I want to see the braids. I want to see the colored hair. Change that stupid walk-up song. I want No Sleep Till Brooklyn. We're not going to take it. Show a little energy. And then everybody will, like be happy with him. But you can't do it in Queens because we would be worried if you went 0 for 4. And I made fun of Sean a little bit last week. Now I'm going to have his back. It was kind of crappy for Craig to have that blonde broad on, knowing the history. And I'm going to just say, she's like, oh yeah, I don't cover the Giants anymore. They're mad at me, but I have breaking news on the Giants. Enough with Nikki Giss. Let's go, Marash.
Wow. First of all, let's not call her the blonde broad.
I don't even know.
Fine woman. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with her.
Remind me, my deal. I don't remember her.
The issue with, it wasn't even with her. I guess it sort of was, is that about a few months ago, Sean came on the air. You were out that day.
Okay.
Tiki's like, I'm so glad I had the day off.
Yes, I'm glad I'm oblivious.
Oh, was this the Daboll?
And Sean had news about the Giants and said, look, Brian Daboll was fired, and then they changed their mind after Denver. And so apparently Nikki had
on the plane after the Jackson Dart.
And this is why, there's no issue with her. Nikki tweeted out a very similar story and accused you of stealing it. And your point was, we probably just had the same sources.
And I gave her credit for having good sources. And
Yes.
then she didn't like that.
Yes. So, yes, Craig likes her more than you and basically does
Why
not give
did she
you...
not like having the same source?
Because she says I got ripped. Like, she was upset that Sean ripped it off.
And my point was, you had good sources. And her point was, well, you stole it from me. And my point was, no, I didn't. I didn't even know who you were. And then she said, how do you not know who I was? And I said, who does?
I didn't hear any of that. All I heard is Craig doesn't like you very much.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
You insulted her.
That's all I heard.
I didn't mean to.
But then again, I also heard behind the scenes that Craig actually really likes you.
Yeah.
I think Craig's got a weird thing with you.
Right.
Like, he likes you but hates you.
Who is she, by the way?
She's I don't know. She's a nice
I
woman.
really don't
There's
know
nothing
where she
wrong with her.
works. There's
Don't
nothing
attack
wrong with her. She seems fun enough.
Yeah, don't attack her. There's nothing wrong with her.
I'm not. I'm just asking.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying the caller.
I've never met her.
Yeah. Anyhow,
nobody has.
Francisco Lindor needs to be a badass. That's what we learned. Missed any of the show? YouTube, Odyssey app. Carton Show's next. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Rory does it again. Rory McIlroy